Yeah. Don't be wrapped up in your feelings and be careful when you flash it. And when you play the game, man, you better know your options. Don't try to photocopy when you out here being saucy. It's getting too spicy, I ain't even had my coffee. Don't be wrapped up in your feelings and be careful when you flash it. And when you play the game, man, you better know your options. Don't try to photocopy when you out here being saucy. It's getting too spicy, I ain't even had my coffee. I'm up early in the morning, time to get it in. Time to show and prove, show you what I've been doing. They saying fools rush in, but I'm coming with a passion. I'm trying to get to know you while you thinking that I'm asking. I like to get it popping, cause my sound is supersonic. I done came so far, and it's early in the morning. I just woke up out my sleep, threw some water on my face. Yeah, it's just another day in the Golden State. Ain't no tossing and turning or time for insomnia. I know the best way to make it is to cut the drama and give it my all and follow through on what I promise. And even if I fail, at least I was honest. See, I can only do what's in my power to do, and what good is this power if I use it like a fool? If I wanna make it to the top, I gotta study clues, or I can sit back and just watch the news. Don't try to photocopy, you could never top me. I was born to be a winner, you can never stop me. Don't try to photocopy, you can never top me. I was born to be a winner, you can never stop me. Don't be wrapped up in your feelings and be careful when you flashing. And when you play the game, man, you better know your options. Don't try to photocopy when you out here being saucy. It's getting too
Good
spicy.
morning.
I even had my coffee. Don't be wrapped up in your feelings and be careful when you flashing. And when you play the game, man, you better know your options. Don't try to photocopy when
Queen
you out here
Flea,
being
hello.
saucy. It's getting too spicy, I ain't even had my coffee. I just put my watch on, you know what time it is.
Yep.
I'm chasing my purpose in this music business.
Good morning.
And I'm so focused on my mission. There's no competition, there's no excuses for opposition.
Hey.
One thing's for certain, I'm motivated to be in the kitchen. I
gotta
gotta
listen
listen if I wanna make a difference.
Hold
What
on.
I'm doing can be lost in an instance. Now I'm making a living, so why the hell are they tripping? Is it because I'm the one that they see in their visions? I got a million different ways I can hit with precision. I know I'm gifted cause the way that I speak causes change. And even though it's hard, I stayed in my lane. Don't try to photocopy, you can never top me. I was born to be a winner, you can never stop me. Don't try to photocopy, you can never top me. I was born to be a winner, you can never stop me. Don't be wrapped up in your feelings.
All
every time
right.
you flashing. And when you play the game, man, you better know your options.
Happy
Don't try to
Friday.
photocopy, being
Guess who's
saucy.
back?
It's getting too spicy, I ain't even had my coffee.
Southern
Don't be
Delight.
wrapped up in your feelings and be careful when you flashing. And when you play the game, man, you better know your options. Don't try to photocopy.
All
when
right.
you out here being saucy. It's getting
Too spicy, I ain't even had my coffee. Break it down now. Let's go.
Yeah.
Break it down now. Let's go, ladies and gentlemen.
Break it down now. Yeah.
Don't be a photocopy, be yourself. Don't be a photocopy, be yourself. Hey, Texas, you can do better than that. Come on now. You can do better than that. You said you're living well under Biden. Stop it. You can send more than the corn. Especially all this free education you're getting over here.
Yeah. I ain't had my coffee.
It's a sad situation we've got. Right, Southern Delight? These Trump supporters come in here and they act like they don't get what they get over here. It's the most bizarre thing I've ever seen. All right.
Alright, ladies and gentlemen. Once again, it's me, Mr. Cross, aka Zeus.
That's right, it's me.
Yes. And as you can tell,
Lightning does strike twice. All right. Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to the show. Happy Friday. Boy, oh boy, we've survived another week. And once again, we are back in the Thunderdome. And I am your wonderful host. I am your pilot. And you know exactly why we are here. We are here once again to deliver the truth, all right, to those who desire the truth, all right? We are here to push back against the misinformation. I usually start at 6:30 a.m. Pacific time, but you know, some people say 6:35. It just depends on, you know, the sun and the way the stars are aligned, right? The whole point is I am so glad that you are able to make it today. All right, yes, ladies and gentlemen, I'm your host, I'm your pilot, and you know exactly why we are here. Yes, we're going to push back against some of the misinformation and the disinformation that's circulating on the internet. Sometimes that does involve having honest conversations with people who get in the box. A lot of times the people who get in the box They tend to tell the truth, but every now and then we'll get what I call a MAGA demon up here. Someone that's been possessed by the Donald Trump orange Kool-Aid. All right, they've drinking it and they believe all of Donald Trump's lies. And then we have to actually have those tough conversations. And sometimes you've all seen it. It gets really, really out of control. All right. So that's the nature of the way this show runs. And of course, I am your host. I'm your pilot. All right. And you know exactly why we are here. Good morning, Rick. They call me Zeus, or as some say, Triple H. And why do they call me Triple H? Well, it's quite simple. The first H is because I'm honest. I'm the most honest person on social media, right? The second H is because I am humble. Hold on. Why is my thing is not allowing me to do what I'm doing? I'm humble, all right? There's nobody more humble than me. Look at, okay. There's nobody more humble than me. Listen, if I get it wrong, I will be the first to apologize. Wait a second, I don't have a live goal. All right, let me set up this live goal. All right, hold on real quick. You know what we do over here, ladies and gentlemen? We have live goals, all right? Because, you know, it's, let's see, what do we got? Normally I do the Zeus hands. I like the Zeus hands, all right? You know what we do, all right? So, listen up. If you are a Trump supporter, all right, you might want to leave this live because it's going to get very, very uncomfortable for you, all right? And what I mean by that is a lot of you are lactose intolerant, all right? And so you know what it means when you're lactose intolerant. That means you're allergic to the truth. So if you do not want Zeus to ruin your breakfast this morning, all right, do me a huge, huge favor and leave this live and go on about your miserable morning and hang out with those fake TikTokers. Felony free, thank you so much for the subscription. You're doing it on my backup. You don't have to, but you did. Oh, you don't eat breakfast, Texas? All right. Well, you know what? This is right. This is par for the course for you. You don't need breakfast then when you got Zeus in the morning, right? You don't need breakfast. I got it, Texas. So listen up. You might want to leave this live, all right, because it's going to get very, very uncomfortable. But get this, you don't got to take my word for it. Listen to your leader.
If you're not happy here, then you can leave. As far as I'm concerned, if you hate our country, if you're not happy here, you can leave. If you're not happy in the U.S., if you're complaining all the time, very simply, you can leave. You can leave right now. Come back if you want. Don't come back. It's okay too. But if you're not happy, you can leave.
All right. And with that being said, let's get this show started. So the first thing I want to do is address the recent pew-pewing out in the state of Georgia. Any Trump supporters in the chat right now? Any MAGA demons in the chat? Put a 1 in the chat if you're a MAGA demon. It's came to Zeus's attention. It's really came to my attention that we have a crisis in this country. I never, ever want to have a conversation with a Trump supporter about immigration and that little thing they like to do. We don't know who's coming in. You ever hear these Trump supporters say, we don't know who's coming in, right? And they use that to try to scare people into voting for Donald Trump. I don't want to ever hear that again. Because we got a serious issue. I don't ever want to hear about inner city crime. I don't want to ever hear anything about inner city crime. You know, between Donald Trump's situation in Butler, Pennsylvania, right? And then this recent event in Georgia. I'm going, what the heck is going on with these young white guys out here? These young white men. And their inability to control whatever's going on upstairs, right? That's the question I want to know. Why are the so-called Christian Trump men out there letting our country down? And I came to the conclusion, it's because you're so busy worshiping Donald Trump. You're so busy getting those Trump tattoos on your backs. You're not doing your job as parents. And this has been brought to my attention. And I said, nope, I will never, ever have another conversation with a Trump supporter about immigration. Because we got too many examples of these young white guys. And then if you look at January 6th, this is older white guys, right? Older white guys, domestic terrorists. Y'all don't know how to control your anger. Y'all walk around with these so-called Bibles. Where you get the Bible from? You got the Bible from Donald Trump. Where'd you get your education from? You got your education from Trump University. And you're not doing anything in your own household to check those demons that you're raising. Now, I'm not talking to all, but the ones that seem to fit this profile. I want to know why these men out here, these older white guys that live in these red states, why would you go and buy your child anything dangerous? You should be giving them books, but no, you don't want to give them books. You want to burn the books. So I'm convinced you want to raise a bunch of mindless people and program them to do nasty things. Am I lying? Am I lying? How can you possibly want to hear? Don't talk to me about Harris, Katie. Katie, do you understand what just happened? They said they got the audio of the father, all right, being questioned about his son threatening people. Listen to this audio.
Obtaining the audio of the sheriff's questioning the alleged 14-year-old shooter last year before he allegedly carried out yesterday's mass shooting at his high school in Georgia.
I didn't know this was here.
In which he killed 4 people.
I didn't know this, but
and
listen.
Injured 9 more.
Listen to this.
Here's what he said when investigators asked him about tips at the time last year in school that he was allegedly threatening a school shooting.
Right.
Have you heard anybody on Discord when you were using it say something like that?
This is the investigator.
Like at that time?
Yeah.
I don't think so.
I mean, I'm not trying to get anybody penned up, but like, this is some serious stuff.
Yeah, I know.
Oh, he knows how serious it is, trust me.
Because I hate to, my boss.
So his dad says, the investigator says, I mean, I'm not trying to get anybody hemmed up, but this is some serious stuff. His dad says, oh, he knows how serious it is. Trust me. And then we're going to go back to the investigator.
Boss was even like, I don't know how old this information is, and if you want to wait till Monday to follow up, I was like, nah, I'd rather do it now, because
So would we.
God forbid something.
So the investigator is saying, I got to look into this information. All right. I don't know how old it is, but you know what? I'd rather do it now. The father concedes, yes, let's do it now. And then he says, because God forbid something happened and I didn't do my job. This is what the investigator says.
Yeah, I didn't do my job. I'd feel pretty bad about this. You have weapons in the house?
I did.
Now the investigator moves on to the father. Do you have weapons in the house? The dad says, I do. And then the investigator says, are they accessible to him?
Are they accessible to him?
They are. I mean, there's nothing loaded, but they are down. We actually,
So the dad says, well, I mean, there's something there, but it's not loaded. I mean, they are there. We actually do a lot of pew-pewing. We do a lot of deer hunting. He took one at the deer this year. I got to clean it up. It's TikTok. So I'm pretty much in shock. To be honest with you, I'm a little upset.
we do a lot of shooting. We do a lot of deer hunting. He shot his first deer this year.
Yeah.
So like I'm pretty much in shock, to be honest with you.
Well,
I'm a little pissed off, to be even really honest with you. If that is what was said.
Now his dad tells the investigator, if that is what was said, I'm a little angry, a little upset. He used strong language. But then we all know after this, he went and bought his son the weapon. See, this is the problem. To the white men out there, you got a problem on your hand. I don't ever want to hear you talking about immigration. We got domestic terrorists right here in this country. And it starts with you. Have you heard Michael Jackson's song, Man in the Mirror? Wait. What is the problem? What is the problem? What is the problem going on? Don't talk to me about, well, Zeus, don't you live in Oakland, California? Oh, the crime. Don't talk to me about Chicago. Oh, they're taking over. We got another situation. The most, I would say, this don't just stop. The most pressing issue in this country right now is folks like this guy. Look in my comment section. Clickbait, trash bait. Folks like him, right? They're running around possessed. They're angry. They don't know how to be respectful. They're not domesticated. All right. They haven't been raised by human beings. And I would hate to put it on animals. All right. So who's raising these people? Let me ask a serious question. Who is raising the next generation of men out here, especially the white guys? Katie, you want to come up here and talk to Zeus real quick because I can't speak on the issue, but I'm concerned, and I'm a concerned American. All right, you know what I'm doing right now, Katie? I'm gonna be honest with you. Every time I see one of you walking across the street, you know what I'm doing? I'm right at my phone, 9-1, and I'm just waiting for you to do something so I can press the other one. You know what I mean, Katie? You ever been that terrified, Katie? Seriously. Katie, would you like to come in the box, please, and explain to Zeus who's raising these people? I'm concerned. Oh, okay, Texas, would you? Because Texas, me and you don't agree politically, but honestly, I want to know from your standpoint, who is raising these people?
What's up, Zeus? Man, the TV's raising these kids nowadays. TVs and devices and stuff like that. I mean,
Well, who should be raising them?
the parents, man,
Why aren't the parents doing their job?
because
Do
the
you?
parents are working 2 jobs.
No,
You
no,
got,
no.
yeah, man. You got kids go to school. All right. You got mom and dad go to work. All right. And then whenever you come home, mom and dad's both tired. Kids are getting on tablets now. Kids are getting on
But
TVs
Texas,
now.
Texas, can I say
What?
something? Our mom and dad too busy to hook up and have a little sex?
No,
They ain't too busy to do that, ain't
nobody's
they?
too busy to have that, Zeus.
Okay, so if you do the crime, then you do the time. If you're
I
gonna
agree.
take time, if you got 2 jobs, right? You don't got time to be getting out here trying to go on no dates and procreate. You can't do it because you know what comes with that.
I agree.
So are you suggesting that people are just going out here and being irresponsible with their seed, especially the men?
One
They're
hundred
just they're
percent.
just planting their seeds with no intent of taking care of these kids?
100%. A whole lot of men are, dude. It's not just white men. It's
No,
black
no, no, no,
men.
no,
It's yellow men. It's
no, no.
red men. It's
Remember,
everybody. It's men in
Texas,
general, dude.
Texas. I'm here to start demanding, not asking. We're way past asking. I am now demanding white guys take on the duties of being a parent and a neighbor now. Your most pressing issue, Texas, now, I need you to put the border issue aside. All right? I
Okay.
need you to put crime in the inner cities aside. If you see a young white man out there spiraling, I need you to step up. Reach out to that young man and try to help him because clearly somewhere along the line he's been let down.
100%.
Can you promise to do that? So would you cool it on all of the Democrats and the Democrats are ruining the country stuff now? Because don't you think this is the most pressing issue?
It is pretty pressing. I mean, like, it's depressing that we keep seeing children harmed, man. I don't want to see
Yeah,
any children harmed.
I don't want to either, but I don't want to overlook and I don't want to continue to ignore the
I agree.
right. There's a
And so,
pattern.
what could we do today, Zeus? What could we do today? What is today's date? Today is Friday, September the 6th.
Yeah, yeah.
What could we
You're.
do? What could we do by
I'm glad you
September
asked.
the 11th that children would be safer, or September?
I'm glad you're asking that question. First, we got to do a massive get together. And maybe you can organize it and have me come in as a guest speaker, but you're going to need to reach out to every one of your white brothers, all right, and say, guys, we've been caught, we've messed up.
Oh, so it's
America,
Biden's fault.
America, because look at the demographic. If this was inner city crime, then you know who it would be on. You would be sitting there going, Zeus, what's going on in Oakland? Like you've been doing, right? That's what you guys keep saying when there's crime in the inner
You've
cities, right?
never heard me talk about that.
Well, maybe not you in particular, all right? But you know what I'm saying. I'm not making that up. I
I
don't come
know
up
you're
with
not.
those talking points. I've even heard it on Fox News. So that's another thing. All of you need to understand that you got to quit playing these games with the American people about the truth. For instance, let's just say what January 6th was. That was honestly a domestic terrorist attack.
I agree. They should have never touched the building.
They should have. You got to start having those kind of conversations with these young men. You tell them this, tell them stuff like this. The strength isn't in what you can do with your hands, it's what you can do with your minds. All right? Teach these people how to deal with rejection. All right? Do you have conversations with these kids and tell them, "Hey, listen, everything isn't going to go your way. When things don't go your way, this is how you deal with that. You don't need to get angry. You don't need to be upset." Do you guys have those kind of conversations?
Yeah, I mean, like most of the people that I'm around isn't like that, anyways. I mean, there's some few people that's got mental illnesses and stuff
Okay.
like that.
Okay. Do you have like fathers that have kids and you can see things like, man, that guy's not really taking care of his kid? You see stuff going on like that in where you're at, Texas?
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
100%.
What do you do when you see a father not taking care of his kid?
I mean, like if the dad ain't doing nothing with his kids, I mean, as far as like they ain't ate or nothing like that, I mean, like you might poke something, hey man, you might cook some kids something to eat or something like that. But I mean, really and truly, everybody's gotten to a point now where they want to mind their own business and stay in your own lane, and like. You can't poke at somebody. You can't criticize nobody anymore because you might say that somebody's wrong, and then somebody would have to admit that they were wrong, and that's confrontation.
So people don't want to admit they're wrong, Mr. Incognito. Thank you for the subscription. So you're saying in your culture, there's a bunch of people who don't want to admit they're wrong. That's a bad situation then. When a man can't admit that they are wrong, that's setting themselves up for failure in the long run because everybody makes mistakes.
Right.
We have to get past this whole thing where you're afraid to apologize.
I agree.
Okay? So I'm empowering you, Texas, to when you see these men out here, like this guy, and you see his father's not really doing his job, you got to have a conversation with him. No, we're not drinking this weekend. We're not doing that together because I can't condone this kind of conduct. You got to tell them Donald Trump is wrong. You got to be willing to say that because let's be honest, these people follow Donald Trump too. And that's why I do this show. And you and I both know these aren't Kamala Harris supporters.
Not this time. I mean, but it has been.
No.
Yeah. How many people? Who was it that shot up that school?
Wait. I brought up two situations. The situation in Butler,
Mm-hmm.
and his father was a Trump supporter.
Two situations. Where
That's all I got right now. That's all I got. That's all I got.
White.
That's all I got. And then you got this one, and I saw his father's picture, and I said, you know what, this guy's probably a Trump supporter. So what I'm getting at is because these are going on in places that are in red parts of the country. What I'm getting at is you have too much rhetoric from Donald Trump, right? That's scrambling these people's brains because they don't believe anything we say. They believe what Donald Trump says. And when you get these people worked up, you tap into that anger and that confusion. This contributes to the issue. So this is why you all have to really get out of this cult. You got to.
I mean, really and truly, I think the 5 p.m. news does more damage than any president or any.
Nope, I get it. And I knew you were going to do that. And then you could probably say action movies. You could probably go and say video games. I mean, these are things.
Music.
Yeah. You could say that, but just because music, video games, or anything suggests things and has content, it does not mean a person lacks the ability to know right from wrong and to not do it.
Zeus, let me ask you a question. Do you know who taught me about drugs in my life? Dad.
How would I know who taught you?
I was taught about drugs in 4th grade by DARE. I had idea.
Who was behind the DARE program?
The sheriff's department.
No. On a larger level, who implemented that?
Oh, the government.
Okay, who was the president?
Oh, I don't know who the president was. Was it Bush or Reagan or somebody?
There you go, right there. I saw Reagan, a Republican.
Okay. So, but anyways, no.
So Texas. So what I'm gathering is you're connecting politics to the impact it's having in your life.
Sure. I mean,
so now do you kind of understand now why I'm talking to Trump supporters in particular?
Yeah, but do you understand why I don't trust government? I mean, I don't trust Republicans or Democrats.
whether you trust them or not is irrelevant here. You just confirmed that the DARE program had an impact on you.
Yep.
And that was something we know could be tied to the Reagan administration.
Sure.
So that's why the call is being made now from Zeus. Hey, Trump supporters, especially you MAGA men.
But what did DARE do? What DARE taught a bunch of kids about drugs, and so those kids grew up to do drugs.
No.
and then fill the census of the local
Wrong.
the local jails. Oh yeah, man.
I think
that systemic racism that y'all talk about. It's systemic for everybody. It's not just
Texas. That's your experience, but I could probably find other people who say it saved their life. We don't want to. I don't really want to do all of that. But I just want to highlight the fact that even in that situation, you could tie some of what you were dealing with to the federal government.
100%.
So let's stop the games. Donald Trump, all he talks is violence. His rhetoric, right? He's campaigning on retribution. You've seen this man lead an insurrection against the United States government, resulting in over 1,600 people or so having to get prosecuted.
Yep.
You men need to wake up and control the anger issues that are going on and stop listening to Donald Trump because he's not helping you. That's what the conversation honestly needs to be. Whether you like Kamala Harris,
government.
huh?
Donald Trump isn't the United States government.
He's a portion of it.
Well, I understand that, but the reason why I voted for Donald Trump in 2016 because he was not establishment.
But Texas, it doesn't matter whether you're establishment or not. Are you pushing violence or not?
No, I'm not pushing violence.
But Donald Trump is.
I really haven't seen him call for violence.
Do you know there's different types of
Donald Trump stand in the crowd and
Let me
tell his people to.
Do you understand there?
And
okay,
things like that.
I understand. So a lot of men don't understand violence isn't just something you do with your hands, or you know what I mean? There's a lot of different types of violence.
Like
you know,
with your mouth?
Yeah, you could be a verbally abusive person.
Oh, that's you, Zeus.
Texas.
I've seen you got misogyny in you somewhere too. I've seen it. I've seen how you treat them little white women.
Are you done?
Okay, Zeus.
Are
Hey,
you
glad
done?
we had this conversation, Zeus, but I got better things to do, man, and I hope you have a great day.
Texas, you're gonna just disappear? Wow. So what we just saw there, ladies and gentlemen, is Texas. He doesn't want to stop his violence. All right. He wants to push it, and he wants to do what they call off the focus. Zeus, I see what you're doing with those white girls. What am I doing with the white girls, Texas? Do you got something to say? All right, because don't just say that and then jump off the live. It's not about what Zeus is doing, Texas. It's about what you're doing, and we know exactly what you're doing. All right. Ladies and gentlemen, Texas, he seemed very genuine at the beginning, but once we started to show Texas who his daddy was, Texas jumped back into the lake of fire himself. And ladies and gentlemen, this is what I've been saying. They want to blame their anger issues on who? Me. Texas, you want to blame all your anger issues on Zeus. Did I make you do the DARE program, Texas? No. At some point, Texas, you and all of your counterparts are going to have to look into the mirror and make that change like the good man Michael Jackson once said in his song, Man in the Mirror. So guess what we're going to do, ladies and gentlemen? Since Texas says I'm a violent person, I'm going to do some violence. We're going to do a little violence on TikTok, but this is the good kind. Ladies and gentlemen, I'm heating up the lake of fire, right? I'm heating it up. And guess who's about to go into the lake of fire? Texas with the MAGA demon. Ladies and gentlemen, join me in giving Texas, East Texas, with the MAGA demon a round of boos and shame. You don't want to learn. You don't want to learn? That means you want to burn, right?
Silence, you MAGA demon.
Where is that Katie person? Katie, are you still in the chat? Katie, my question still stands, Katie. Who is raising this generation of young white kids, all right, especially the ones that are just, not really getting the help and support they need? Who is raising them? Like I said, Texas, and all of you Trump supporting men, I refuse to have a conversation with you about the border. I can't do it in good faith. Don't talk to me about crime in these inner cities. We got to talk about the domestic terrorists that are going on in this country. I mean, it's a tough thing to have to say, but we just can't sit back and allow people to get away with this kind of stuff. His father knew this young man was not old enough, all right, to be responsible with that situation, and he put him in that space anyway. So that speaks volumes to Zeus. All right, it's Levi and Laura's birthday today. All right, Shay, thank you so much. All right, let's see who we have next, ladies and gentlemen. Who do we have next? All right, any Trump supporter men out there want to get in the box? Because there's a couple of other things that I want to talk about. We can always still go back and talk about this pew-pewing situation. But until I get some new evidence that maybe changes my mind, ladies and gentlemen, I'm going to be standing on business when it comes to this situation that we got going on. Raise your kids, MAGA men. Seriously. All right. Next thing we need to bring up, ladies and gentlemen, is what happened, ladies and gentlemen. Well, I guess Donald Trump is having a hard time answering simple questions.
Mr. President?
Hi, John.
First, let me thank you for your presentation today. President Trump, in the last...
Hold on.
The fiscal presentation today. President Trump, in the last...
Jesus Christ.
The fiscal deficit under the Biden administration was approximately $2 trillion. Under the policies you've announced, the deficit would come down from items such as increased revenues from tariffs, as well as eliminating the tax incentives for the Green New Deal. These gains would be mitigated by decreases in revenues from policies such as no tax on tips. Overall, what do you estimate will be the impact of the fiscal deficit from your policies?
Oh, we just hit record highs at numbers that nobody ever thought possible. You're right, it's over $2 trillion. Nobody thought that was a number that was... I mean, you can go back 4 years, nobody thought a number like that would be possible. It's crazy, it's just horrible, actually. But yeah, we're $2 trillion, and I view it as profit and loss to a certain extent. A lot of people say, oh, it's trade. You have many people say trade deficits don't matter. I think they matter a lot. We're going to have tremendous growth. What I'm talking about is all about growth. The tax is relatively minor compared to the growth. We're going to make our money back on growth. We're going to also, we're going to grow like nobody's ever grown before. I think if this all works out, you're going to have the auto industry come back to America. Right now, China is building 2 auto factories in Mexico, massive auto factories, and they think they're going to make their cars in Mexico and send them back into the United States with no tax. It's not going to happen. Under this administration, it's going to happen. And they wanted to do that during my administration. I said, if you do it, we're going to put a 200% tariff on every car, and you'll never be able to see it. There will never be one car coming across our border. And if I would have let them do it, we would have had these 2 factories. Well, now they're building massive factories, more than 2, and they're going to kill Detroit. And the head of the union, the United Auto Workers in Detroit, has done a terrible job. Just a terrible job. But we're going to bring tremendous growth back. And remember, we're also taking in a certain percentage. I won't name the percentage today, but it'll be a certain tariff percentage, which will be higher than people had heard in the past. And we will be bringing in billions and billions of dollars, which will directly reduce our deficits. Okay? Thank you very much. Good job.
Does anybody know what Donald Trump was saying? Put a 1 in the chat if you know exactly what Donald Trump was saying. Or put a 2 in the chat if you believe this is a sign that Donald Trump has dementia and perhaps this is elder abuse. All right? 1 if you know what Donald Trump is saying. 2 if you believe this may be elder abuse. Let's see what we got. Look at all these 2s. Yeah. You see this, ladies and gentlemen? You Trump supporters have really stepped in it. Do you understand you're being basically convicted by your own words? Look at all these twos. Oh my gosh. So the majority of you believe Donald Trump is showing signs of dementia and that this is elder abuse. You know what we're going to do? Ladies and gentlemen, join me in giving Donald Trump a round of, you guessed it, boos and shame. This is elder abuse.
Silence, you MAGA Daily.
All right, we got more evidence of elder abuse. All right, that needs to be entered into the record. Many of you have saw this, but we haven't done it yet on this show. Yes, ladies and gentlemen, let's talk about the
If you
child.
really know them,
Hold on. Let's talk about the child, making child care more affordable. Hopefully, Donald Trump can answer this question and say something along the lines like, oh, you know, I'm going to work with Congress to come up with a proposal that will allow parents to actually use a little bit more of their income and allocating it towards child care and use that maybe as a tax deduction, you know, maybe something like that. All right. But let's see how Donald Trump answers the question about how to make child care more affordable.
To prioritizing legislation to make childcare affordable? And if so, what specific piece of legislation will you advance?
Well, I would do that, and we're sitting down. You know, I was somebody, we had Senator Marco Rubio, and my daughter Ivanka was so impactful on that issue. It's a very important issue, but I think when you talk about the kind of numbers that I'm talking about...
What numbers?
That, because look, child care is child care. There's something, you have to have it. In this country, you have to have it.
Oh, wow.
But when you talk about those numbers compared to the kind of numbers that I'm talking about by taxing foreign nations at levels that they're not used to, but they'll get used to it very quickly. And it's not going to stop them from doing business with us, but they'll have a very substantial tax when they send product into our country. Those numbers are so much bigger than any numbers that we're talking about, including child care, that it's going to take care. We're going to have, I look forward to having no deficits within a fairly short period of time.
Wow.
Coupled with the reductions that I told you about on waste and fraud and all of the other things that are going on in our country, because I have to stay with childcare. I want to stay with childcare, but those numbers are small relative to the kind of economic numbers that I'm talking about, including growth, but growth also headed up by what the plan is that I just told you about. We're going to be taking in trillions of dollars, and as much as child care is talked about as being expensive, it's relatively speaking not very expensive.
Okay, listen, ladies and gentlemen, as you can see,
compared to the kind of numbers we'll be taking in, we're going to make this into an incredible country that can afford to take care of its people, and then we'll worry about the rest of the world. Let's help other people, but we're going to take care of our country first. This is about America first. It's about make America great again. We have to do it because right now we're a failing nation, so we'll take care of it.
well, the round of applause wasn't appropriate. Let's give Donald Trump what he really deserved.
Silence, you MAGA Daily.
Anybody know what Donald Trump was saying in those previous two clips? As far as I'm concerned, it's just more evidence that Donald Trump is clearly unfit to be the president of these United States. Could you imagine Donald Trump in the middle of another national crisis and him coming out and talking to the American people? Seriously, this is disgusting. This is disturbing, and anybody that is still endorsing Donald Trump really needs to get their head examined. I don't know how you can support a person like this, honestly. Let's move it along, ladies and gentlemen. Any Trump supporters out there right now that want to get in the box? Somebody asked me to explain Kamala Harris and her policy. She already talked about it in Vermont the other day. You didn't listen to what she said, Jason? Jason, seriously, are you living under a rock? Where are you staying at, bro?
And the Affordable Care Act.
Did you not hear?
It's not right. It's just not right.
You not hear this?
So that's why I support a billionaire minimum tax.
You don't hear this?
Corporations paying their fair share.
Jason, you didn't hear this?
And And while we ensure that the wealthy and big corporations pay their fair share, we will tax capital gains at a rate that rewards investment in America's innovators, founders, and small businesses. So here's the detail. If you earn $1 million a year or more, the tax rate on your long-term capital gains will be 28% under my plan, because we know when the government encourages investment, it leads to broad-based economic growth and it creates jobs, which makes our economy stronger.
Jason, do you follow?
Now compare that to what Donald Trump plans.
What's Donald Trump talking about?
He intends to cut off federal programs that give loans to small businesses.
You had enough,
to give
Jason?
Billionaires massive tax cuts and to cut corporate taxes by over $1 trillion, even as they pull in record profits. His plans will add more than $5 trillion to the national debt, and that is on top of the $2 trillion tax cut he gave them when he was president and when he exploded the deficit. We know how to count. We know how to count. And now he also wants to impose what in effect is a national sales tax on everyday products and basic necessities, which will skyrocket the cost for families and small businesses. And New Hampshire, on top of all of this, if Donald Trump were to win in November, he intends to end the Affordable Care Act.
You hear that, Jason? Jason, I could let you go and look this up yourself. Go look up campaign event in New Hampshire with Vice President Kamala Harris. All right, it's all over the internet, Jason. There's no excuse for you not to. There's no excuse for you not to know this. All right. All right. Now, let's move it along, okay? Because there's a couple of things that I wanted to make sure we get on the record. How many of you know who Lawrence O'Donnell is? All right, Lawrence O'Donnell yesterday, he had me cracking up on MSNBC. This is for you Trump supporters, all right? This is a segment, all right? And it's called Trump Has the Worst Day Any Presidential Campaign Has Ever Had Coming for Him. How many of you are aware that Donald Trump is about to experience the worst day of his campaign? All right, well, if you didn't know, now you know.
Presidential campaign has any very bad day coming. The worst day any presidential campaign has ever had. And that day is scheduled for September 26th.
September 26th, put it on your calendar.
The Harris for President campaign is now 46 days old, and every one of those days has been a bad day for Donald Trump, but the worst campaign day for Donald Trump is coming.
When?
On Thursday, September 26th.
Oh.
Donald Trump is now formally scheduled to have the worst day in the history of presidential campaigning as we know it. He will be the first presidential candidate in history to have a federal prosecutor outline in detail, in writing, including possibly secret material from a grand jury describing Donald Trump's federal crimes that the prosecutor says Donald Trump committed to overthrow the will of the American people in the last presidential election.
Good.
Federal Judge Tanya Chutkan ruled late today that on September 26th, Special Prosecutor Jack Smith must file his full evidentiary argument in writing about why Donald Trump can be charged with federal crimes, even though the Supreme Court created a new presidential immunity from criminal charges for some of what Donald Trump did to overthrow the election results.
Wow.
In a 1 hour, 14-minute hearing today in her Washington, D.C. courtroom, Federal Judge Tanya Chutkan dealt with a flurry of attempts by Trump criminal defense lawyers to delay any consideration of evidence in the case of United States of America versus Donald J. Trump until next year. No doubt in the hope that Donald Trump will then be in a position to order a new attorney general to drop the case.
Not going to happen.
An appeal of the case to the United States Supreme Court earlier this year allowed Trump-appointed Supreme Court justices to create a brand new law of the land based on nothing in the Constitution, granting criminal immunity to Donald Trump for some of what he did leading up to and on January 6th. Special Prosecutor Jack Smith and his team, having now read the Supreme Court opinion, limiting what evidence they can present, about crimes committed while Donald Trump was president, impaneled a new grand jury in Washington, D.C., which issued a new superseding indictment of Donald Trump, which preserved all 4 criminal charges against Donald Trump in the original indictment, including conspiracy against the United States of America, but eliminated some of the underlying evidence that supported those charges. Special Prosecutor Jack Smith obviously believes there is enough evidence in the superseding indictment, which is 9 pages shorter than the original indictment, to convict Donald Trump of the alleged crimes. In court today, Jack Smith's team, led by Thomas Wyndham, urged Judge Chutkan to first do what the Supreme Court has ordered her to do, and evaluate the new indictment to see if it conforms to the limits imposed by the Supreme Court's immunity decision. Trump lawyers opposed that approach because that would force possibly public consideration of the evidence against Donald Trump before the election. Trump criminal defense lawyer John Lauro argued instead that Judge Chutkan should first rule on the defense's motion to completely dismiss the case based on the Supreme Court immunity decision. If Judge Chutkan ruled on that dismissal motion first, no matter how she ruled, that ruling could and would be appealed by the losing side, and it could be appealed all the way to the United States Supreme Court, adding possibly another year of delay to the case.
You hear that, MAGA?
That delay is not going to happen.
That delay isn't going
Adam
to happen.
Pascal, who will join us in a moment, was in the courtroom today, and it showed us once again that a court transcript can never quite capture the full drama of what happens in the room.
So, are there any questions out there? Any Trump supporters? Any Trump supporters out there that have any questions or concerns about what Lawrence O'Donnell just covered? Mark your calendars for September 26th. All right, that's the key to all of what we're saying. Yeah, because the American people, we're going to know what crimes Donald Trump was participating and engaging in when he was leading an insurrection against the United States government. You see, ladies and gentlemen, we are witnessing the demise and the downfall of the MAGA cult. All right? And these people, they're not going to know what to do once Donald Trump is out of the picture. All right? And so that's why it's important for us to have shows like this where we let them know the end is near and it's coming. All right? So since we don't have any Trump supporters willing to get in the box and put a little meat on the bone, guess what we're going to do? Ladies and gentlemen, join me in giving Donald Trump's and his supporters, once again, another round of, you guessed it, booze and shame. Kathy.
Silence, you MAGA.
I see that you all are struggling to accept reality. I mean, it's inevitable, you Trump supporters. Look at what you've done to this country. I've been doing this kind of content for quite a while. Am I right, ladies and gentlemen? Haven't I been doing this kind of content for quite a while? And no matter what happens, it never ceases to amaze me that they are too afraid and too terrified to get up here and actually explain what's going on. Everett, greetings. How are you doing, champ?
I'm all right. How you doing, boss?
I'm all right. All right. What brings you to the show?
I'd like to preface this by saying I am a Republican, and Donald Trump is an idiot.
Okay.
I'm more than glad to admit that. My question for you, though, is as we sit down and go over these things, why do we get such a slanted view of things from your channel?
What do you mean? Are you going to vote for Donald Trump?
I don't vote in presidential elections because I don't believe that I will actually understand.
You're not going to vote, so you're not even going to
vote. I don't vote in presidential elections because I understand the power that the president yields is actually extremely limited, and the most important body of our government is the legislative body.
Well, I can't jump into your brain and really put together all the pieces in terms of how you came up with that belief system. But
Well,
as far as I'm concerned,
I lived in Washington D.C. and I was a part of the PAGE program in high school, and I got to follow around all of these politicians and see how the legislative body actually works.
Okay, so you believe you know more than the average American because of the PAGE program?
I didn't say
because
that.
of your experience so far. How old are you?
I am 30 years old.
Okay, so you've learned all you need to learn about politics at 30 years old.
Yeah, for the most
That's
part.
interesting.
Well, I have a whole degree in political science. I'm pre-law. I studied international comparative studies, so I understand politics on the global scale, the local scale.
So we should do away with we should just do away with the president position then, right? And vice president, because like you said, they really don't do anything.
I didn't say that.
Okay. So if you know about foreign policy, you know the president's very active in that at least, right?
Yes, I do.
Okay, so you don't vote. You don't vote.
Not spoken about. I've been following your channel now for the past few days, and as far as foreign policy goes, that's not been a major speaking point.
Well, it depends on how Zeus feels. It depends on how I feel. You know, I've been doing maybe this is my backup account number one, so I don't know if this is your first time dealing with me this week, but I've been doing this for quite a while.
I've been following you now for today's Friday.
Yeah.
Sorry, I changed time zones. I flew from the East Coast to the West Coast. I'm back in Vegas now, so my time zones are all messed up. So I've been following you now since Tuesday. Yeah.
Got it. Yeah. So, so you were on my other account then. Now you're on my backup. Okay. Great. And so you said that the show is slanted. You know, I have to slant it in order to get these people out of the cult. When you say these people are in a cult?
Well, I would look at both sides of the political spectrum being in a cult because, you know, we're constantly stuck choosing the lesser of two evils.
People are asking, are you famous? They're asking you to turn your camera on. Are you famous?
No, I'm your everyday.
I don't think he can turn his camera on. I don't think he has enough followers. All right. So you don't believe the Trump supporters are in a cult at all. You might be part of the problem. You get what I mean?
I might be part of the problem. I'm looking at, you've got a picture of a woman behind you whose public ratings were below 30% before she announced she was running for president.
I don't care about that, right? I'm looking at the quality of the person and the character.
Well, I could say the same is based on the people in the comments.
No, sir. At 30 years old, you should be able to know right from wrong.
I do.
You see how I don't get into all of this abstract stuff when I'm talking to people like yourself? Because I know what you're going to do. So we got to keep it real simple.
Can you tell me what I'm about to do? Because
I've not even
decided what I'm about to do.
You're going to try to twist yourself up in a pretzel. You're going to try to turn into a pretzel right in the box to try to justify whatever position you're trying to make. The comment you just made about the vice president, all right, to me, it was kind of disrespectful in a way. So what that shows me is it
was disrespectful.
You don't have anything nice to say about her. All you're going to do is talk about her ratings. I mean, seriously? That's the worst thing you could think of when it comes to Kamala Harris?
You
chose to go after her.
List.
Well, no. I don't need you to. Number one, you're not voting, but then number two, it pales in comparison to Donald Trump's. You can't even sit here and pretend like she's worse of a person than Donald Trump. Okay, Everett, you got policy disagreements with her. There's people on the right, there's real Republicans. Do you think you know more than Adam Kinzinger? Do you think you know more than them?
I know what I know, and I'm fine with admitting that I don't know any more than what I do.
Do you think you know more than Liz Cheney? Do you think you know more than Liz Cheney? Do you think you know more than Mike Pence?
I think I know more than Mike Pence. I think a lot of people know more than Mike Pence. I think you know more than Mike Pence.
You're being facetious, right?
Sure. if that's how you received it. But
Yeah.
I know plenty about
So
Kamala
the
Harris.
see Everett, the answer is you don't know more than them, but it does to me. You don't got to be a rocket scientist to go, huh? Why would real Republicans be out here saying I'm not supporting Donald Trump or voting for Kamala Harris? What
You
the
can,
heck?
I
What the heck happened in their world? And these are government people that made them change at that level. Like that's a big change. What do you think might have made them do that?
People just simply don't like Donald Trump. If we sit down and we're going to look at policies, the majority of the policies that Kamala Harris has put forward mimic that of what it is Trump's presented.
But you're not understanding what I'm saying. I'm
Like,
asking you a
no,
serious
no, no, no,
question.
no.
I'm asking
I
Everett.
did
I'm asking
answer your
you.
question.
I'm
You asked me, why do people choose not to vote for Donald Trump? And I told you, if we're looking at policies, the policies that
no,
both sides have presented are quite similar. It's simply a matter of there is a great
sir,
disdain towards
sir,
that man.
sir. I just played 2 clips. I don't know what the heck Donald Trump's policies are. Did you understand what he said about child care? Because I sure as heck didn't.
I wasn't present. I wasn't present.
Yes, you were. You were sitting in my guest request.
When I tell
I
you,
just played it. See,
when-
now you just want to get in here and start lying and shucking and jiving
no,
with Zeus.
can I be so very honest with you? I was in the middle of fixing my breakfast and did not have my AirPods in my ears when you played that clip.
It's been all over the internet though. So between yesterday and today, you haven't heard the child care thing. It's viral, bro. So what this tells me is you don't got your ears to the streets.
What do you mean I don't have the ears to the streets? So
y'all want me to play it again for him? Okay,
please,
the crowd,
play it
listen.
again for me, please.
Okay. All right. Here we go.
If you win in November, can you commit to prioritizing legislation to make childcare affordable? And if so, what specific piece of legislation will you advance?
Well, I would do that, and we're sitting down. I was somebody. We had Senator Marco Rubio, and my daughter Ivanka was so impactful on that issue. It's a very important issue, but I think when you talk about the kind of numbers that I'm talking about, that because look, child care is child care. There's something you have to have it in this country. You have to have it. But when you talk about those numbers compared to the kind of numbers that I'm talking about by taxing foreign nations at levels that they're not used to, but they'll get used to it very quickly. And it's not going to stop them from doing business with us, but they'll have a very substantial tax when they send product into our country. Those numbers are so much bigger than any numbers that we're talking about, including child care, that it's going to take care. We're going to have, I look forward to having no deficits within a fairly short period of time, coupled with the reductions that I told you about on waste and fraud and all of the other things that are going on in our country, because I have to stay with child care. I want to stay with child care, but those numbers are small relative to the kind of economic numbers that I'm talking about, including growth, but growth also headed up by what the plan is that I just told you about. We're going to be taking in trillions of dollars, and as much as child care is talked about as being expensive, it's relatively speaking not very expensive compared to the kind of numbers we'll be taking in. We're going to make this into an incredible country that can afford to take care of its people, and then we'll worry about the rest of the world. Let's help other people. But we're going to take care of our country first. This is about America first. It's about
So do you got any answers for us, Everett?
Like I opened up with, that was a fucking idiot. Excuse me.
Wait, we don't curse over here. We don't curse. We don't curse.
Again,
we don't curse.
I apologize.
Okay, so what policies are you referring to? Because like I said earlier, that's why I played the Kamala clip. You at least know what some of her policies are. I'm not asking you to agree with them, but she's clearly able to articulate what the policy is. She's clearly able to show you she has a mastery in terms of understanding how it's going to impact Americans. Maybe you don't agree with it, Everett. So I'm a little confused. I'm a little concerned about your inability to really look at Donald Trump and see that this guy is the worst option.
You asked what policies do I focus on. So, and I attempted to join yesterday, but I didn't. I asked to join way too late into the show.
Wait a second.
So we started
Okay.
talking about the energy policy. You just asked me what policies am I talking
You're not.
about. Please allow me the opportunity to explain myself. Thank you.
But we didn't
The
finish
energy
that. We
policy-
didn't finish this one.
I just told you that was him being a rambling idiot. We can
Okay.
agree on that, can we not?
Okay. Okay. And yet he doesn't have a policy.
Exactly. That was
Okay.
that was him BSing his way through it.
Okay.
That's him rambling through.
Okay. Okay. So now that we've understood that Donald Trump doesn't really have any policy, what is the point you're trying to make? I'm confused.
He doesn't have any policy for the Child Care Act you just brought up. But yesterday you were talking about the border policy, and you were talking about the energy policies that were brought up. I'm actually in the energy field. I am in.
But what are you trying to get at?
Just in terms of policies that are being presented by both options for the presidential election, and
But you're not voting for the president, sir, right?
The votes that matter are the ones in the House.
You just said you're not voting.
Correct.
So what are we talking about? My main concern here, Everett.
There are policies that are pushed by the presidential candidates and that are carried out by the House.
But you know what? You're starting to sound like Donald Trump. You're just up here rambling, bro. You don't know whether you're going or coming. You're just talking.
All right, so I mean, we could. I'm trying to present to you policies for us to discuss, and you're electing not to do so.
I look at it like this, Everett. All right, you're 30 years old. You're not voting for the president of the United States. You've went to this program when you're in high school. You've probably done some work, and you've developed a bit of a mindset about how to address and engage politics, right? But I just don't think you're being fair about it. All right. I think you got a lot more. I think you got a lot more to learn, my good friend. All right, and I want to answer your original question. The reason the show is slanted is because we got a serious issue in this country. We have people out here that really do believe the things that Donald Trump says. They don't even question it. We just heard about the DOJ indicting. Wait a second. We just heard. Wait a second. We just heard the DOJ indicted this company that we're now realizing, and we all knew it, they're connected to Russia. Did you hear about that indictment? You got these these right-leaning content creators. Wait a second.
The current administration.
No, I'm gonna go ahead and mute you. I gotta mute you. Listen, Everett. You got these people on the right, people like yourself, perhaps. You don't want to turn on your camera. Maybe that's because you got something to hide. But you're out here pushing rhetoric that sows distrust of the United States government, and then you drill down. Where'd you get your information from? You go back, and guess where you end up? You end up at the Kremlin. All right? So this is the issue, Everett. You've been compromised. Whether you know it or not is irrelevant, but you've been compromised, all right? And I got to tell you, all right, if you do not get this right, you're going to be in a nasty situation just like those before you. All right. So listen, Everett, I got to move on. All right. I really do wish you the best. But you got to get your mind right. You got to clear things up. Ladies and gentlemen, you know what we got to do. Let's take care of business, ladies and gentlemen. Everett is still possessed with the MAGA demon. All right. And Everett, the reason you're possessed with the MAGA demon is because I don't know what your intentions are. All right. But that conversation was going nowhere. Just like the conversations Donald Trump is having. All right. Where he's just rambling and trying to find something that sticks. It's not going to work with Zeus. All right. And it's not working well for you, ladies and gentlemen. Join me. I just turned the temperature up on the Lake of Fire and sending Everett straight to the Lake of Fire because he's possessed. Join me in giving him a round of, you guessed it, booze and shame. Goodbye, Everett.
Silence, you MAGA demon.
If you're you're not happy
Hold on,
here,
my comments
then you
disappeared.
can leave. Complaining all the time. Very simply, you can leave. You can leave right now. Come back if you want. Don't come back. It's okay too. But if you're not happy, you can leave.
Yeah, you know, I just wish Everett would actually be honest and tell the truth about what his intentions are. It's sad, right? I'm not voting, but I got a strong opinion about Donald Trump. All right, thank you, Johanna, for the subscription. Who do we got next? Greetings.
Greetings. You hear me?
Yeah, are you driving?
No, I'm not. Yeah.
Oh, I thought I heard something in the background.
Yeah,
Are you a
turn
Trump
signal
supporter?
parked up right now.
Oh, okay, all right. You parked, all right, because I don't need you getting up here getting in trouble.
Nah, I'm parked up, so we're good over here.
All right. So what brings you to the show? Are you a Trump supporter?
No, I'm not a Trump supporter, but I do want to. I do not like Kamala like that. I will definitely.
Well, I don't know what to say, but all right, Prince. It looks like you gotta call. Sorry, Prince. You got to go. Ladies and gentlemen, that was Prince. He says he's not a Trump supporter, but he's voting for Kamala, which means he's a Trump supporter. Yeah, we're going to give you a round of booze and shame. Get out of here. We're not going to fall for that one. All right, give him a round of booze and shame. All right, who do we got? Greetings.
How are you doing today, Zeus?
All right, how do you... Have we talked before?
Yeah, I was here last time.
Oh, okay, I don't follow this account. I try to follow it. All right, well, what do you got for us? All right, what do you got for us?
I'm sick and tired of these Trump supporters. I can't even explain to you. I'm done. I've had to top of these morons. I'm sorry,
You had?
but I can't do it anymore.
Why?
I've been playing nice with these clowns for months on end. I can't do it anymore with these people. I'm sorry, but if you guys are going to keep whining about Kamala Harris one more time, I swear I will destroy all of you at once. Like, I promise I will roast all of you. I am sick of you guys coming after her for no reason at all. But yet when we call Donald Trump for something stupid he says, you guys act like you're the victims. It's I'm done. I've had with all of you clowns.
Are they the victims, though? Are they the victims? I mean, don't you believe that a certain segment of the population, especially Trump supporters, they've been let down, they've been failed, and this is where they're at right now. And the only person that they seem to gravitate towards is Donald Trump. Donald Trump is like their voice. Aren't they? I mean, these are the, what does he call them? The forgotten men?
Yeah, something dumb like that, yeah. That clown has no respect for women. He has no respect for people of color. And do you remember when Colin Kaepernick took a knee and that clown, that orange turd, started running his mouth?
Yeah.
I don't know how these idiots keep following him, especially for that. You guys know he's a racist.
Yeah, you do know it.
Continue to follow that buffoon. It makes no sense to me. It's ridiculous. If you guys want to follow him, that's your choice. But you're going to have to live with that for the rest of your lives, knowing that you're following a racist, you're following a pig who has no respect for anything, has never had respect for anything. So do with that what you will. Zeus, keep up the great work. I'm done. I'm sorry.
Well, you know, you keep up the great work too. You know, I mean, I get it. I go places most don't go, but that's part of what the program is about, right? You keep up the great work, sir. All right.
Thank you. Have a good
And you don't let these people get you upset. Just understand it's going to all work out. I know, but remember, it's not just about you. This is about the entire United States. We need to help make sure Kamala Harris gets in that White House before we start to relax a little bit, all right? And it's serious because...
It's like having to deal with barking dogs. It's like having to bark with dogs that don't stop barking. That's what that's like. It's so bad.
Yeah.
Anyways, thank you for your
You're
time.
right, though. You're right. And thank you for putting it out there in terms of exactly what it really does feel like having to deal with these liars the way we deal with them. Seriously.
It's annoying. Like, they don't stop. Yet they come up and they attack you. It's like, okay, first off, Zeus is only saying what's actually true. Meanwhile, these clowns would come up and say, oh, well, you're lying. You're saying disinformation. You're being mean to me. Yeah, well, maybe don't vote for a racist. Don't be a clown, and maybe we won't have to do that. So
Exactly.
have a good one. Thank you.
All right, all right, all right. You two, ladies and gentlemen, let's give Liga a round of applause. No lies detected. Hey, Zuma, I just sent you an invite, Zuma. Won't you come up in the box and explain yourself? All right, we would love to know why you, Zuma. You said you will vote for Trump. Kamala is a joke. You know that's mighty rich coming from you. I would love to know why you believe Kamala Harris is a joke, Zuma. Don't get into comments right now and then start going, oh, you know what, Zeus? Maybe I just had a little bit of an outburst. Mods, like I tell my moderators, if they say something like that in my chat, and then I invite them up to come have the conversation, and they don't put them in a straitjacket. Because as far as I'm concerned, Zulma, I think that's how you pronounce your name, you might be getting paid by the Russians, all right? And you're out here pushing narratives that for some interesting reason, align with the priorities of the Kremlin. Wow. Yeah, you heard these people. They got caught working with the Kremlin, and they're, oh, I didn't know I was getting paid $400,000. This is what they say. I didn't know that $400,000 came from Putin. What? If anything, I'm a victim. I got $400,000. Someone please feel sorry for me. I got $400,000 for Putin. And I've been out here bashing the United States government. Oh, poor me. This is what I'm trying to help you Trump supporters. And you're right. The show is slanted because apparently when it was just about getting the facts out there, y'all didn't want to deal with it that way. Democrats are working with the Chinese. Marianne, I know you don't believe that, Marianne, because again, Marianne, come in the box and explain it to me. I got actual credible information that could prove to you that it's really not the Democrats, it's Donald Trump. Yeah, Marianne, you don't want to get in the box and actually tell the truth. You must have heard about Zeus. Maybe East Texas told you how dangerous Zeus is. All right, Marianne, I'm going to let my moderators deal with you, all right? Ladies and gentlemen, I just invited Marianne to get into the box. And as you can see, she didn't want to put a little meat on the bone, all right? Because she knows she's possessed with the MAGA demon, just like all the other ones that have came before her. And so what I'm going to do, Marianne, is I'm going to turn up the temperature on the Lake of Fire. You could get cooked either way. You can get cooked either way, Marianne. You could come in and try to defend yourself, or you can just go ahead and let Zeus do what he does. Marianne, you're going to get tossed into the Lake of Fire because, once again, I've caught you in another lie. You have no information that proves your claim that the Democrats are working with the Chinese, but you do have a report that was released at the top of this year that confirms Donald Trump was receiving money from the Chinese government as well as other governments via his businesses. All right. So, yeah, what we're going to do is put Marianne in the Lake of Fire. Ladies and gentlemen, join me in giving her a big round of, you guessed it, booze and shame. Bye, Marianne.
Silence, you MAGA demon.
If you're not happy here, then you can leave.
You know, and this is why I tell the Trump supporters, at some point you're going to have to honestly get out of that cult, all right? And I know it's tough, ladies and gentlemen, to hear me work with these people, but this is really work that I am doing. I know these people don't know what they're talking about. I know when they get in the box and they say something ridiculous about Kamala Harris, I'm like, really? Really? You're going to say something ridiculous about Kamala Harris? What is it? Her ratings. Meanwhile, back at the ranch, this guy, Donald Trump, what does he do? He's been indicted on multiple fronts. We keep catching him doing nasty, nasty things, all right? And they get up here and they excuse his behavior. It makes absolutely no sense. All right? Good morning, Vintage. How are you?
Good. How are you?
I am all right. Just another day in the kingdom, tending to the affairs as usual.
Thank you. Thank you for all you do.
You're welcome.
I just wanted to say one thing, for those people calling in saying things like, well, I don't like her, her ratings are down. You know, people are focusing on all the wrong things when it comes to Donald Trump. Donald Trump has done the most unpatriotic thing that you could do as an American. He has gone in front of the world and told us that we as Americans could not conduct a fair election. I mean, that is just like, we are the country that goes to other country to tell them what they're supposed to be doing in their election. I mean, you can't write this shit. I'm sorry, you can't make this stuff up.
Yeah.
And not only that, Donald Trump has gone in front of the world and told us our intelligence agencies are not what they are. I mean, forget policy, forget everything else. I mean, at this point, I mean, honestly, I would vote for a shoe. Bring me a shoe, I will vote for the shoe. I mean,
There's a lot of good shoes.
How un-American is that? And these people are coming up here telling us about, Miss Harris, who was a prosecutor, who has done so many wonderful things for the Black community. I mean, even if she didn't, she's a grown-up. We have grown up in the White House. Not only do we have grown-ups in the White House, but we have a seat at the table. How many Black people did Trump have in his organization? You know who he brought in? He brought in Omarosa, because you know why? That's how he sees us, as a joke. There's a lot of people, when you employ a Black person, not to make us look good, but to make us look like joke. That's what he did.
Wow.
Okay, so don't, these Black Republicans, I can't. I can't. I'm out here, I'm about to go to Pennsylvania to canvass. I'm taking a month off my...
Let's go! Are you there?
Like Everett.
Oh, you heard Everett. You heard Everett come up in here and do what he did. Are you disappointed in him? Were you disappointed in Everett?
I am so disappointed in Everett. But at the end of the day, I'm fighting for Everett too, because sadly, Everett, I don't want to call anybody name. He just, he doesn't know what he's doing. He's 30 years old. One day he's going to have a kid. Well, all these things that he's not, for me, I would rather not have a roof over my head, but have freedom in my country. Freedom over my body.
Wow.
This is what these people don't understand. The fact that we are here in 2024, after all the people have we stand on the shoulders of giants. And here we are, the one time for us to show up, our generation to show up in a big way. We're going, oh, I don't like her. Oh, I don't know. I'm going to vote for the orange guy who has done nothing for us.
Wow.
It's not even about doing for us, because you know what? It's not even about doing for us, because Black people can say doing for us. It's doing for our country. Doing for our country does for us.
Thank you. Tell them. So you don't believe these people are patriotic?
Hell no. Hell no. I mean, people, I'll tell you one thing. People I disagree with John McCain. I hated his politics. I hated everything about him. I hated that he bought, that horrible woman, Sarah Palin. All of it. But you know what? I never worried that he was not patriotic.
Ain't that something?
I never worried that he was going to sell our country down the line.
Ain't that something?
Trump has done things, taking meetings with Russian, ex-KGB. These people are like the top of the top. I mean, these guys will just they will sit down with you and infiltrate your mind in a way that you can't even understand. And this con man from New York City thinks that he's going to get one over on Putin.
He's not.
Of course he's not. And Putin is laughing, and Putin is using him, But anybody gives him a compliment, it's like, oh, Kim Jong-un sent me a beautiful letter. I mean, the nonsense we dealt with during the Trump presidency, and people are forgetting all about it, which is like
Yeah.
I can't even wrap my head around it. And furthermore, for the black people that are listening, I'll tell you one thing that pisses me more than anything
Go
in the
ahead.
world.
Go ahead, get them. Go ahead, get them, Vintage,
President
because they need to hear this.
President Obama, that man who represented us, okay? Trump, during his entire presidency, told us he was not born in this country. Because they couldn't take him down, they had to find a way to say, well, we got to get him on something. Because
Yeah.
that man dot all his I's and crossed his T's. You know what they called him in Washington? No drama Obama. Why he was like that?
Why?
Because Obama knew he was setting the stage for us. Because if he messed it up as the first black president, we would never see another black person in office.
Bingo.
Okay.
You're right.
And then to top it off, okay, after everything that Trump has done, when Trump got the election, President Obama and Michelle Obama gracefully invited him to the White House, shook his hand, and did the duty of the country. Are you kidding me?
Yeah.
Trump left the White House when Biden won. Couldn't even bother.
What a
Could not
traitor.
even bother. Exactly.
What a traitor, right?
I mean, I could not even bother to do the right thing, to show the world that as Americans, we may disagree, okay?
Yeah.
If you think you lost an election, okay, cool. But this guy is here right now. I'm going to shake his hand. I'm going to do everything in front of the world. And then I'm going to take him to court. And then we'll
Yeah.
talk about it.
Yeah.
That's what you do.
Tell them. Well, listen, Vintage, I gotta move it on. All
Okay,
right. But
all right. I'm sorry. I just needed to rant
no,
this morning.
no. You got up here, and again, it's so lovely to hear you. All right, but you've been
That's
cooking,
Everett.
and I love it. All right, and let me make sure I'm following. Okay, I'm follow. Let me make sure I'm following you on this account. All right, because see, you got to come on back up here and keep on cooking like that. Seriously.
Thank
All
you,
right.
thank you. I have to tell you, I get on these things once in a while because it's like going to church for me because it's hard
Yeah.
out here. You know what I mean? When you see
Yeah.
these things, you're like, well, how is this even happening? How is this real life? You know? And
Yeah.
and again, I am fighting forever too. You know,
Yeah.
I am fighting forever too, and I will continue to fight forever.
We got to tell Everett to just sit his special behind down and let us do the work though, because
Yeah,
he's getting in the way, right? And
Yeah.
we fighting for him, but he can't. He got to sit down on this
You
one,
gotta
right?
sit
He in the
down.
way. All right.
Everett needs adult supervision.
Yep. All right,
Brother,
Vintage.
thank you,
All right,
everybody.
ladies and gentlemen, let's give it up to the beautiful Vintage. No lies detected. All righty then. You see this, ladies and gentlemen? It's a show of force. I mean, you got honest Americans coming up here and just sharing the truth. All right, this is what it's about. Pushing back against the lies Donald Trump has been spreading. Bounce, good morning. How are you doing?
I'm wonderful. How are you?
I am all right. All right. Happy Friday.
I was trying to figure out what the word salad was he did on child care.
Yeah.
It was a little confusing. I think his family needs to put him in assisted living because he needs to go there.
You think so?
I know so.
Mona, thank you for the gift. Thank you.
He needs
So you believe Donald Trump is experiencing dementia or some sort of other health issue?
I think all of it. I think that the person who was in there giving out prescriptions was
Ronnie Jackson, or was it? Yeah.
I think he's still giving out prescriptions
Wow.
because every time he sounds like something is he's mentally deranged.
He slurs his word. I mean, some days he's up, some days he's down. Right?
I'm just like, I'll be glad when that man is gone because he's about to get on my last nerves. And I just want to say to Tiny Tank Top Tom, is that his name?
Yeah. Is he here?
I don't know if he is or not, but he needs to stay out the kids section at Walmart.
Ain't it funny?
And then to the gentleman that was just on here. What was his name?
Everett.
Oh, poor Everett. Everett don't know if he's a YT man or a black man. He got that little profile on there like he's a black man, but I don't think he is. Now, for all you people who sit at home and you take care of your parents and the state is paying you to take care of your parents, and a lot of you are Trumpers, just remember, if Trump gets in office, you won't be able to take care of your parents no more.
Why not?
Because he's going to make sure you don't get paid to take care of them and keep them in the house. And he's old himself. So I'm just wondering, does that apply to him too?
Well, you know, they give Donald Trump a pass. If you were to ask me, it does apply to him.
So yes, so you do know that in some states that they if your parents have Medicare or Medi-Cal, they pay you to take care of your parents so you don't have to put them in the assistant living. Did you know that?
Yeah.
Yeah. So just know
It's like that out here.
Yeah. You just know you mad because we know that you might be getting your check. Well, we know you get a check, but you probably not taking care of your parents that well because y'all don't like taking care of your loved ones when they get older. You don't.
Yeah.
You leave them sitting there in filth and everything else. And
What a shame. And these are the people that call themselves Christians, right?
Yes. Yes. And Snuggles,
Ain't nothing Christ-like about them.
ain't Snuggles' mother a senior citizen? Because I would think so. You probably getting a check to Snuggles for taking care of your mother, but just know that you're not going to get one if your leader gets in office.
Ooh.
Isn't that right, Snuggle Wuggles?
Oh. See, he walked in here, and he likes to come in here and get the beat down. So, you know what? Do what you got to do to him, Bounce, because he doesn't learn.
I don't even like Snuggles. He looks like he's as old as Donald Trump. I don't think being a bot for Trump has not made it a good thing for you, Snuggles, because you look really old. I don't know how old
He
you
looks
are.
like one of those basement dwellers, doesn't he?
Yes, he does. He looks more than just like a basement dweller.
At least he would have done better if he would have got on Putin's payroll like the other content creators, right?
You can't say that he hasn't, because
Oh goodness, what? Well, if Putin's paying him, why is he living like a basement dweller?
Well, because you know what? He doesn't know what to do with his funds right now. He don't know if he gonna have to claim it on his taxes.
Oh.
So you gotta, yeah. So you don't know. Maybe he doesn't want nobody to know he's getting that 400,000.
Wow.
And you people of color, for you to sit up here and sell out your country for a check, you'll never, ever, ever be able to stand tall against racism, because you, sir, people say black people can't be born racist, but black people can be bought off.
Tell them, Bounce.
Yes, and that's just exactly what they're doing right now. They're being bought off by the YT man for just a little bit of money.
Ain't that something?
Y'all think that he's gonna give y'all a check, and he ain't giving you no more checks now. He's just baiting y'all in. He's not giving you no checks. He's not gonna give you child care. Your kids are gonna go hungry, and y'all can all sit on JD Vance's nasty stained couch.
Nasty, Bounce. That's so nasty. No one. If you want to sit on JD's couch, that means you're a lowlife, all right, and you're disgusting, all right. Well, listen, Bounce. I appreciate you, all right.
Okay.
All right, and as always, keep up the good work, doing what you're doing. All right, you always have a place called home.
You, my handsome friend.
All right.
And your beautiful white teeth.
Thank
they don't
you.
know how nice your teeth are, y'all. Don't be jealous, you maggots down there in the
Thank
comments.
you.
Okay?
Thank you, Bounce. Thank
All right,
you.
love you. Have
All
a good
right.
weekend.
Love you too, ladies and gentlemen. Let's give it up to the beautiful Bounce. You know, this has been a show of force, and it's so funny. I've been asking for Trump supporters to actually get in the box and try to defend their cult leader, and they have no answers. All right, they have no answers, and I don't want to hear about what the country, these people arguing about the border. I don't want to hear about the border anymore. I don't want to hear about crime in inner cities. you know exactly what we need to discuss in this country. The most dangerous threat to our democracy is Donald J. Trump. Listen, you can keep going in the comment section and crying, but you know me. I do not allow Trump supporters to be victims around me because they're possessed with the MAGA demon. All right. And unfortunately, until we can get to a place where we can have honest conversations, there's a great divide between us. And that's just what it is. There's a huge divide between those of us who are searching for the truth and then those of us who are intentionally dwelling in lies, misinformation, and disinformation and pushing it. A lot of you folks on the right, you got to come to the conclusion you're repeating a lot of talking points from Vladimir Putin. Think about that. We actually can now tie the information you got to Russia. It's sick. It's sick. And then you get up there and you start trying to act like you're patriotic. Absolutely. Absolutely not. All right, let's see who we got. Shay, how are you doing?
Hey, I'm good. How are you?
I'm all right. All right, another day in the kingdom.
Yeah, I've been here the whole time. So, yeah, interesting couple of guests. Oh, East Texas, my lord. Did you see East Texas's profile pic?
I have not
look
seen
at it.
No, what is it? What is on East Texas profile pic? All right, because he got very triggered this morning.
Yeah, he's full of BS because his profile pic is Kamala Harris basically devouring a bald eagle.
Oh.
She looks manic and devilish and yeah, all that. That's his profile pic.
Yeah. But he says I'm the one. He said that I'm the one that's being a mean person and being rude.
Yeah, that you're promoting hatred, that you're all that. But yet that's his profile pic of our VP, right? Our vice president.
Sick.
Disgustingly, doing all this stuff. Oh, and by the way, she has the hammer and sickle too. So it's this whole play on, like Donald Trump, because East Texas doesn't have his own brain, right? So,
right.
Trump is saying Comrade Harris, that's his nickname for her.
Yeah.
She's
They have no problem disrespecting women of color. Isn't that something?
Not at all. He shows, he grew up in those parts. I know those parts very well. Fighter, Texas is up there. Jasper, Texas is up there. These are sundown towns. This is where James Byrd was dragged to his death on the back of tied up in the chain.
Yeah.
Behind a truck. That's where he grew up. These are their parts, as they
Unique.
say
Thank
in East
you.
Texas. And so it's disgustingly, and we would like you to either take that profile pic down or don't come up on our channels because it's absolutely gross. If you want to have a political discussion, be fair about it. Okay? That's not fair. And it's below any other. Yeah, it's gross. Yeah.
Tell him, Shay, and Texas. I hope you are listening, Texas, because all this pretending that you are a man of faith and all that other stuff. Cut it out.
Yeah.
We don't buy it. Nope, we don't buy it.
Yeah, he can do what he wants. Snuggles, like you demeaning Michelle Obama and calling her a man and all that. Yeah, it's free speech, but it just shows who you guys are. So if you want to get up here and talk about love and come together and why is Zeus so negative and why are you pushing this propaganda? Why are you doing this? Why are you doing that? But yet that's what you do. You demean Michelle Obama. You demean Kamala Harris in such a way that does not show you at all what you claim to be. So we're just calling you out on your two-facedness. That's all it is. You're two-faced. You get in the box and pretend like you just want, all of us to come together and why don't you just talk about policy, Zeus, and why you do this, and then this is what you do. So miss me with that. That's the point, is I see very clearly what you're doing. You're a nasty group of people. And so Zeus is up here every day pointing out how nasty you are, that you're not actually Christians, that you're not actually standing by the idea that we're all Americans and that you want to make this country great again. You don't. You want to make this country what you want it to be.
Yep.
And that's not what we're on board for. We actually want this country to be what the founding fathers desired it to be.
Tell him, Shay.
It is a work in progress, right? We're not perfect yet. I don't know that we'll ever be perfect. But the idea that all men are created equal and endowed by their creator to life, liberty, and pursuit of happiness, that's all great. But when the Republican Party has Project 2025, when they have all this stuff, so tell me how with Colt, Gray, the unaliver in Georgia, tell me how it helped him having 10 commandments posted on the walls of his classroom.
Ooh.
Tell me how that helped.
They get real quiet when you start pointing out the situation they got on their hands.
Yeah. Tell me how all that helps. Having the Bible in the classroom, having the 10 commandments in the classroom. How's that helping these young white men? How is this helping them? It's not.
Oh, we should focus on the border because those people coming in are dangerous. We should focus on the crime in Chicago. But what do we do about these criminals that are living right here being raised?
Yeah, it's just part of it. That's what J.D. Vance and Donald Trump have basically said. It's just part of our society now. We have to accept it. That's their answer. That's their answer. Not health care for those that need mental health. Because y'all talk about it, the gun doesn't shoot itself, right? It's a mental health crisis, but yet you vote it all down because it's, we don't want to spend money to help people.
Snuggles, listen up. You're wrong. And stop trying to be a victim. Sorry, Shay. He's in the comments crying right now.
Investigating. Oh, stop with your, the attempted unaliving of Donald Trump. Yeah, there's some stuff that went on.
And it was the Trump supporter who did that.
Yeah, he was MAGA. His parents were MAGA. His dad bought him the gun. Like, enough. He's another white male, young white male that has been lied to all his life. He realizes it and gets angry. That's what's going on. They're realizing all of this. And
Tell them,
basically
Shay.
the border crossings are lower than they were under Trump in 2018. They're lower now. So stop with your rhetoric.
Just stop it.
Biden wanted immigration bill done. He believes in legislation, and y'all refused to get it done because your Lord and Cheeto told you not to do it. So he did his EO. He did his executive order, and the border crossings are down by 55%. Boom, he got it done. But he tried to give y'all a chance. He tried to give you a chance. He even offered Donald Trump to come to the White House to help him create a border bill. Who the hell does that in politics? Oh, that's right, Joe Biden.
Thank you.
That's what
Yeah,
Joe
she
Biden
said
did.
Lord Cheeto. She said Lord Cheeto.
Yeah,
Y'all need to quit.
Donald Trump,
Y'all need to quit
whatever.
getting offended. We call Trump whatever we want to call him. Why are you getting triggered?
Donald Trump. We all know who we're talking about.
Well, Biden called him Donald Trump, right? I mean, we call him whatever we need to in order to help you understand who we're talking about. But what bothers me, Shay, is
He
you
is
see
orange. Sorry. he is orange.
you see how protective they get of their daddy.
Mhm. Oh,
They act like Trump is. I've never seen anything like this.
I mean, he's orange, so it's a parrot. And you guys keep running him. You're going to lose again. Be prepared. You're going to lose again. He hasn't won since 2016. And you keep with him like he's your winning racehorse, and he's lame. But you keep running him. You just keep running him. He going to win this race, but he's got
lame.
legs. He going to win this race.
Could you all put
That's
put your creative names in the chat for Donald Trump, because I want these Trump supporters to understand we don't care. I could care less about what we refer to him as.
Yeah, I mean, it is what it is because he insults, miss me with that. He has nicknames for every single person, like a 5-year-old child. Loser, lame, comrade, sleepy, crooked. Miss me with all of it.
Tell him, Shay.
That we can't make fun of him because he's the one that makes fun of everybody else.
Traitor Trump. I like that one.
Oh, Trader Trump is good because let me tell you something. Old Tanya Chutkin said, let me tell you something. We're going on.
Antichrist, yeah.
And I've set the scheduling dates. No dates of the trials yet, but I've set it up. So now you can release your findings. So now, before the election, we're going to get to see the evidence. We're going to get to see the evidence in knowing why we know he committed those 4 felonies he has been indicted for for trying to overturn an election. Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow. Look at
Put
all
your
these
big
incredible.
white panties on, MAGA. It's about to get uncomfortable.
And when we get this information about the crimes that Donald Trump did, again, it's not going to be very nice. I can't be nice to these Trump supporters. Let's just say they come out and they tell us something Trump did was very egregious, right? Because you know it's coming.
Yeah.
If they get on this app and they try to excuse it, I'm turning the temperature up on these people because we cannot, and I do mean this, we cannot allow them to get any wiggle room on this.
No.
None.
No. Because
None.
You can't have the bravery that 40 of his 44 past administration, all his Secretary of Defenses, his Chief of Staffs, his Secretary of States, his generals, all of them are saying, I am not supporting Donald Trump. Senator Toomey, there's several Republican senators who are coming out saying, I'm not supporting Trump. But you guys are all excited about a bunch of toothless Nebraskans that are the third generation of Tim Walz. That floats your boat. I've never
See.
met Tim Walz. That
Hey.
made you excited that, oh, look.
What about Elon? Is Elon compromised? I'm hearing that he might be funded by Putin as well.
Oh, I think you've seen him in the boxes at the Super Bowl with the king of the royal family of Saudi Arabia.
So you think
Him up there with he's probably more compromised with the Saudis than Russia, but because he doesn't need the money, right?
no?
There's definitely some promises going on there. That's evident. You
Wow.
know, that's evident that
And let's be honest. If it was Joe, let's see. If we had somebody on the left that was doing what Elon is doing, would the right be okay with it? Would they say, that's just
Oh, God, no.
that's just good old politics? Would they be okay with it?
No, of course not. They yell about George Soros. I mean, all the time. Like, seriously, have you done any investigation on George Soros? He's just like the Koch brothers, or now there's Koch brother, right?
Yeah.
There are wealthy people that fund politics. It happens on both sides.
Yeah.
He's the devil man, Rothschild, and all this stuff. But that's all the anti-Semitic stuff that the right does on a daily basis. So, yeah, there is money in politics. We all know this.
Tell him, Shay.
Right? But when you got foreign governments that are our adversaries putting money into the right wingers, there's a problem, ladies and gentlemen. There's a problem there.
Tell him, Shay.
So, because that affects us on the world stage. Y'all sit there, oh, he's going to create World War III.
Yeah.
What? Like, this is what's going on. If you're worried about world politics, then get your shit straight on your side. Excuse my French.
Uh-oh.
I don't get me. Sorry, Mom.
Don't worry. I got you. Don't worry. But listen, I'm going to bring up some more, all right?
All right. Everybody have a good day in the
All right, ladies and gentlemen.
Levi and Laura.
All right. Yes, we got some birthdays to celebrate today. All right, Levi and Laura. I hope you're here later today, and we'll go through and sing happy birthday. Thank you, Shay.
Yes. Thank you for the love, everybody. I love you. Bye.
All right, ladies and gentlemen. Let's give it up to the beautiful Shay. Are there any Trump supporters? Put a 1 in the chat if you're a Trump supporter. All right. And you want to defend your cult leader this morning, all right? Because I don't got all morning, all right? It's Friday. People want to hear the good news, which has been a lot of good news, all right? Seriously, we've had a little bump in the road. But, every now and then I go and do a little bit of a pivot, and I bring up a Trump supporter and say, okay, now let me check your brain out, all right? Let me make sure you understand what's going on, all right? I'm looking in the chat. TJ, I see you're not a Trump supporter. Cut it out. Put a 1 in the chat if you are a Trump supporter. TJ, you're not a Trump supporter. Nice try. All right. Trump supporters don't have yet talking point. Yeah, they don't have their talking points. I see you, Snuggles, but I've already steamrolled you, Snuggles. Seriously, I'm looking to see if you got any of your students. Cindy, wow. All right, let's try Cindy. All right. Oh, Cindy, I can't even send you an invite, Cindy. Come on now. Ange, you're a Trump supporter, Ange. All right. Look at that. And you know what? I don't take it personally anymore, honestly. when the Trump supporters don't want to get in the box. I'm not offended by them not wanting to. Actually, I think it's a good thing that they don't, because I've been observing on this app and paying attention. They know, and I can say this with a great degree of confidence. The Trump supporters, they can sense it, that their candidate that they're pushing isn't a strong candidate. And they know when they get into the box, they're going to have a very, very difficult time defending his position, because it's not like it's like one or two things that Donald Trump is terrible at. It's a laundry. Oh, no, Kimmy, I do intimidate. You should see what they said about me. Did you hear what East Texas said? He said something very interesting. Zeus, you're very mean to the supporters. So, Kimmy, I gotta tell you that you are not being accurate. Did you want to come up here, Kimmy, and talk to Zeus? Because you know I tell the truth, Kimmy, right? You know I tell the truth, all right? Dark Dim, I see you, all right? But, you're running a candidate that you and I both know is not mentally strong enough to deal with 4 more years in office. We know that, all right? Oh, look at this. Oh, okay, look at that, all right? Look at this guy. I think I've spoken to him before. And this shouldn't take long to take out the trash. Come on up here, Rectroom Nation, all right? Come on up here. Come on up here. I just sent him a request, all right? I got a couple of questions for you, because I think I've spoken to you before. How much are you getting paid from Russia?
I don't know.
You probably one of those that are a victim of it, right?
What are you talking
What do you
about?
think? What do you think about that indictment that has came out, where we found out there's this company in the United States that's getting money from Russia, and then they're paying content creators on the right to push narratives that are basically about distrusting the government, distrusting President Biden, and all that other stuff. And then they find out after the fact, all of those things seem to be right in line with with Vladimir Putin and the Kremlin's position, and that the money is coming from the Kremlin. What are your thoughts about that?
I'm just gonna pivot. Do you think?
Well,
Yeah.
wait! Blow the whistle. I don't no pivot allowed. Blow the whistle. Foul on the play.
No. That's just how you talk, man. You just overtalk people. You don't even let people talk.
Well,
Mr.
okay. Well, can you answer my question?
Hey.
You're doing a great job. Actually, I think I like that. But could you get back to the question, though,
No,
please?
let me talk.
After you answer the
No,
question.
let me talk.
After you answer the question. Wow. Well, I guess he was not really doing a great job in the box, and he ran. I didn't boot you. You ran. Come back up here. I wasn't done with you. Come back up here. Zeus, I don't have to boot you. Don't try that. They do this trick, ladies and gentlemen. They do this trick where they jump off and then they say, I booted them. I just sent you an invite. Get back into the box and let me finish cooking. All right? Let me finish doing what I was doing. You didn't do anything. I was cooking you, bro. All right. Well, I guess he's too scared to get back in the box. All right, ladies and gentlemen. So guess what we're going to do? Ladies and gentlemen, join me in giving him what he deserves. He says, I'm going to just pivot and act like you, Zeus. I don't need a sidekick up here. All right. I need you to be yourself. All right. Join me in giving Mr. Wreck-It a round of, you guessed it, boost and shake. I sent him an invite.
Silence, you macadamia.
Put a 1 in the chat, please, if you are a Trump supporter. All right. I wanted to make sure I gave you a fair chance at getting exposed. All right. Listen, ladies and gentlemen, and let me be honest with you. I know it is hard sometimes for you to endure Zeus talking to these people, but trust me, I got this situation 100% under control. All right. I am doing something that is very incredible. Put a 1. No, Snuggles. No, Snuggles. It won't, Snuggles. It doesn't take long. to deal with you. It doesn't take long to deal with you, Snuggles. All right. He's gonna keep crying in the chat, ladies and gentlemen. Watch this. Okay.
Oh, friend. Hello.
Now, you're back inside the Thunderdome with me.
Oh, yes. Yes. I have an answer for the Russian thing.
I didn't ask you.
But you asked Rex, so I have an answer for that.
No, I don't. I already know you're compromised, and I know
Do you
you're a
have do you
basement
have a
dweller.
docket number on that? Does Merrick Garland have a case number on that or a docket
Yeah,
number on that?
yeah, there actually is. Yeah.
What's the docket number?
Go look it up. Go
Who's gonna
look
get
it up.
arrested?
Do you?
You
Sure.
don't have nothing on that, so that's fake.
You have
news.
those videos queued up?
That's false news.
You have those videos queued up on your secondary device? Go ahead, look it up, Snuggles.
I don't know. Ask a toothless
See, Snuggles.
Nebraskan
So
for Shay.
what? You were crying in the comment section every time Shay said something about your orange dad. Why do you continue
wrong
to
with that?
defend? Why do you continue
That's
to
offensive.
defend Donald Trump? Why
That's
do you continue to
offensive.
defend
You call a
him
white man
and get
an
triggered?
Orange man. That's offensive.
Is what color is he?
He's white.
No, he's not.
Absolutely.
Prove it.
That's
Show me a
very,
picture of
very,
him.
Very racist.
Show me a picture of him.
I'm just saying.
No. You know what's offensive?
You know what? I'm
Snuggles?
winning, bro.
You know what? I'm gonna. I've heard enough of this guy's voice. I'm about to cook
want
him.
garbage from me, bro.
So-
You have continually
Look at him. He's about to cry.
lie
There you go.
to the American people. Play that violin music. Let me just tell you, everybody, that Snuggles has been winning daily.
Here you go.
Right?
I like the music, not you. This is a crybaby right here, and this is how you cook a MAGA demon, ladies and gentlemen. You just put him on mute, and you let the violin do the rest. All right, see, Snuggles is obsessed. Snuggles, please be quiet. Snuggles, be quiet, please.
Get my sticks.
He's crying. I've talked about his dad. He's a basement dweller. Look at him. He thinks he's handsome, but he's not. Basement dweller right here, ladies and gentlemen. Snuggles. Alright, ladies and gentlemen, you know what we gotta do to this MAGA demon. Ladies and gentlemen, join me in sending this MAGA demon straight to the pits of hell where he belongs. I told you, I know exactly what I'm doing with these MAGA demons, alright? Snuggles, unfortunately, you are the worst of the worst and the scum of the earth. Get into the lake of fire now, ladies and gentlemen. Let's send them there. Thank you, Shay. Shay, you must have stirred them up this morning, Shay.
Silence, you MAGA demon.
If you're not happy here, then you can leave.
Any Trump supporter want to get the same treatment that Snuggles just got? By all means, put a 1 in the chat. All right, I can do it. I can do it better than anyone else can. Trust me, I enjoy sending the MAGA demons straight to the pits of hell. What we don't do here, ladies and gentlemen, and I understand it's difficult for you all to see and deal with. Coffee, you're a Trump supporter? You're a Trump supporter, Coffee? I know it's hard for you all to see that I'm a very nice person, and anyone that really knows me, they'll say Zeus is a really nice host on TikTok. He's kind. And so when you see me having to do those things, Coffee, I know you're not a Trump supporter, Coffee. Absolutely. I don't think you're a Trump supporter, Coffee. Say it isn't so. Maybe this is a typo. Coffee, say, okay, Coffee, are you a Trump supporter? Coffee, are you there?
Just kidding, Zeus.
Oh, okay. I didn't want to. I didn't want to.
Why you cook them demons?
You do? You like how I do that? I put my ankle in it and put a little of that seasoning and then we let it just simmer like that? You like that?
You be cooking, yes, sir.
Thank
Love
you.
it, love it, love it.
Yeah. Do you think I was too mean to Snuggles or the previous guest? You know, do you think I'm being a little mean?
No, sir. He gets
Okay,
what he deserves.
Okay, he gets what he deserves. I think that's quite fair way to put it. All right. Well, listen, Coffee, it was a pleasure checking in with you. All right. Now you come on back. All right.
Okay.
All right, I'm gonna keep cooking them extra for you though. All right, ladies and gentlemen, show Coffee some love and give her a round of applause. She said, "I love the way you cook these MAGA demons," and I'm gonna keep cooking them, ladies and gentlemen. Now, listen, ladies and gentlemen, put a one in the chat, all right? Because we don't got all morning, and I got some friendlies to bring up as well. But I want to make sure we have another conversation, a great one, with a deranged Trump supporter. All right, that's willing to say, you know what, Zeus, I'm willing to get out of the cult. All right, any Trump supporters willing to get out of the cult this morning, please come on up. I'm willing to work with you, but you gotta be honest. All right, Taurus, how are you? Out of the cult this morning. Please come on up. I'm willing to work with you, but you gotta be honest. All right. There's an echo. All right, maybe now. Go ahead and hit unmute. I'm willing to work with you.
Let me drop me down.
There's an echo. Okay, drop down, drop down, close the app, I think, and then you got to come back in. I think that's one way to do it. All right, and listen, like I was saying before, and hopefully Taurus can come back up here. I'm assuming that's a Trump supporter. I'm one of the nicest hosts on this app, but the way that these people get into the lives and they try to be sassy, they want to be, sharp, they want to be all kinds of things other than honest. It's reached a point where we now have to be very deliberate. We have to be decisive. We have to make sure that they stay on topic, all right? Because that is honestly what part of the healing process requires. Kim, I know you're lying, because if you ask anybody in the chat, especially my friends, they'll tell you I let people talk too much. So Kim, I need you to understand that you're not being honest, and I know that you really care about Zeus deep down somewhere, but I get in trouble for allowing you all to talk too much. All right, so but I'm trying to actually make a point. All right, when I let people continue to talk and ramble. All right, because a lot of people who listen to this show off the app, right? They don't know all of the stuff that we hear regularly on the app. So I got to let it get out there so they can then go out and do the work they need to do. So that's why I'll let people sometimes go on that tangent. Taurus, how are you?
Good. How are you?
I'm all right. Are you a Trump supporter?
Of course.
All right. So, I'm having a very, very difficult time understanding why people support this man. Whether or not the policy is let's set policy aside, because I feel like I've argued so much about the policy differences. Let's just talk about the character of a person. The character matters, right?
Are we really going to go here? I mean, seriously.
Does it matter?
Does it matter? It matters how he runs the country. That's what matters.
I agree, but if we look at his current record of running the country, let's just say the 2017 to 2021 a little bit, what grade would you have given Donald Trump based on his first time running the country, that first 4 years? And you got to keep in mind, from what I understand, he was impeached twice, wasn't convicted, but he also ended with being I guess one of the people organizing and actually the main person responsible for the insurrection. What would you give him in terms of a rating? Like if you had to write a Yelp review.
Well, obviously, I'm still voting for him, so thumbs up.
What would you have given him? Knowing that this person was impeached twice, once for withholding aid to Ukraine, our ally, in order to try to find dirt on Joe Biden.
Like Biden did? For some reason, remember that? Or did you forget that one?
Biden, has he been impeached?
No. That's for the same exact thing that you're telling me about Trump.
But we got that on the record book, right? That's actually
telling me the same thing. See how it is with Trump? Your guys aren't impeached, but our guys impeached. They do this. Trump does it. They go after him. They make a video about Arlington Cemetery. Trump makes it, oh my God, Like, it's just tit for tat and BS after a while. I mean, aren't you really tired of it?
No,
You're
it's
not
not.
tired of it. You love that they go after him, but they don't go after the other side. So what is that?
Taurus,
How is that fair?
Taurus. Again, my question. I don't know how we got into Biden and all that stuff. I was just asking
And I
you,
just said,
and you sound like a sensible person,
right,
right?
because
If
I
you
know
go
what I'm
into any,
saying. They
if you
went
go
after
into,
Trump for impeaching of the same thing that Biden just did, and they didn't go after Biden. And you're talking about a fake
but
insurrection that the FBI knew about ahead of time.
I get it. I get it. This you're okay, but can we just take this one step at a time?
Sure.
Okay. I was asking you a question about rating Donald Trump's
And I said,
performance.
totally thumbs up for him because this man is still going after indictment, after impeachment. He is still going. And let me tell you something. At 78 years old,
You're 78?
if you were
Oh,
going
he is
after,
okay.
he is.
I got it.
If
Okay.
somebody was coming after you the way that they have been going after this man, most of you in America would either have a nervous breakdown, a heart attack, or run. This man has nothing. He
Okay,
is still
okay. Now, Taurus, can we come back to Earth a little bit more?
Sure, that is Earth, and you know
Okay.
that's reality. Come on.
I can't actually go along with that
Come
because
on, you
here's the
wouldn't have
way.
had a nervous breakdown by now?
No, no,
Truthfully.
no.
Yeah, I think you would have.
So, Taurus, let me be honest with you. He was impeached twice. He led an insurrection against the United States government. He mismanaged a pandemic. For you to give him a thumbs up, you know what that is to me? I don't know you from a bag of rocks. I've never met you. If I have met you, I don't remember meeting you. But what it tells me is you're part of the problem.
I'm not
You
part of the
can't.
problem.
We have a situation going on in this country, Taurus, where children actually believe things that you just said are true.
But they are true. Okay,
No.
so Biden had documents in his garage,
Ma'am,
but they go
ma'am,
after Trump.
ma'am,
And Biden
right,
wasn't
ma'am,
president ever.
ma'am, right now,
Come on, Zeus,
ma'am,
you know it to be true. Why don't you just, are you getting paid by Russia? Because I'm starting to think Russia paid you
ma'am,
guys to give false information on these apps.
Jesus Christ. Can we at least have I get it. You're excited to talk to me. I get it.
We've talked before, Zeus.
Okay. Well then let's pretend like we can actually have this discussion then, all right? I'm not talking about Biden. I'm not talking about Kamala Harris. So can you show us that you can stay on topic? That's a very important thing to
All
learn.
right, let's go
The
to
reason,
question,
the
and
reason,
I'll try not to bring Biden into it because, God forbid, you people want to hear the truth. But go ahead.
I am more than willing to have a conversation about President Biden if you would just do me a favor and allow us to finish up the conversation about Trump, because I don't do the weave. You know, Donald Trump says the weave thing is you talk about 9 things at once and then at the end somehow it all comes together. I don't do the weave.
Sure.
I can't. All right. I'm just not as brilliant as you. So I'm asking you, are you seriously going to tell children out there that Donald Trump's conduct is acceptable? And I want you to understand the damage that's being done right now to the next generation because of lies like that. They actually think the things he is saying and doing is acceptable. Then they go out here and duplicate it in their real life, only to realize that, hey, they broke the law and there's criminal consequences.
What did he do? What are
Donald
you saying
Trump?
he do that he's like leading on the American children?
Okay, in your world that you live in, if the cops pull you over or they indict you and they arrest you, what happens?
Same thing Trump's going through right now.
No,
He's going through
no.
trials.
I said in your world, do you end up having to go to court?
Yes, and Trump's going to court.
Do,
Go ahead.
do you get to talk crazy about the judge and the prosecutor?
Mm-hmm, you do. But go ahead.
And-
But
and-
we don't have, mostly in the real world, we don't get these fake gag orders. You know that. I mean, how many people you know that are normal citizens have a gag order?
Okay, so
So
let's
go
just say for the sake of this conversation,
Sure.
you're promoting that people who are indicted go out here and act like Donald Trump.
No, what I'm saying is if they feel that the judge is being unfair, they're allowed to talk about the judge. If they think the
You can
judge
do
is
whatever
being
you want.
unbiased,
Okay,
they're allowed
listen.
to talk about the
Listen,
judge.
okay, listen. You can do whatever you want, but there's consequences,
They're
right?
talking about the judge? No, not if you're talking to your peers and your family and whoever, or what's you don't have a gag order? That's what freedom of speech is about, isn't it?
Trump actually has a gag order in the New York hush money case, still
Yes.
active. All right. So let's not go there. But my point to you is this, Taurus. If you are being prosecuted, you know what your attorneys say to you? They tell you to zip it because you can make it worse. Right?
Okay. You're making
That's
it
legal
worse by talking to
101.
your
That's
family?
Taurus, that's legal 101. If you are being prosecuted, shut it up, zip your mouth, because what you say honestly can and will be used against you. Now, if you choose not to follow that, guess what happens? It becomes admissible in the court at a certain point, especially if it's applicable to the case. That's consistent with what everybody knows. So what you're out here doing is you're saying, no, Zeus, people should act like Donald Trump does.
Well,
And I'm
honestly,
saying, and
yeah.
I'm saying that kind of behavior, kids are watching it.
So kids
You're
are learning
teaching.
to fight back. Is that's a bad thing? We're fighting back against the justice system. That's what Trump thinks is unfair, and what some people, when things happen to them, are unfair.
I guarantee you, Taurus,
Okay, so
a lot
like
of
the,
I
all right,
guarantee you a lot of
can I
people
bring
who've been in.
can I
Listen,
bring one thing?
can I
Let's
say
not
this?
bring Biden into this. Bring
A lot of
Kamala
people,
into
a lot
this.
of people who have been prosecuted and incarcerated, I'm pretty sure they believe the justice system is unfair too.
Okay, so the man.
So that's not a point to bring up. The whole point is you have to obey the law.
Okay,
You
can I?
can't just go. We don't live in a country where people can just do whatever they want. There's rules and there's laws that got to be followed. And my concern is, Taurus, that folks on the right are pushing a culture of distrust that's allowing them to basically raise their kids to just be very okay and comfortable.
Are you raising your kids like that? Because I ain't raising my kids like that. And they don't even freaking watch Trump. So I don't even know who's raising their children saying, "Watch Trump, he's doing this."
And that's the problem.
Are all you
So
Americans out there telling your children to watch Trump and what he's doing? Anybody? Because on this app, you're not even allowed to be in these lives unless you're over 18. Anybody?
okay, so you have kids, and what you're saying is you don't care what they think, all right? Because you're not raising them. You're not instilling into them the values of how important it is to respect the law.
No, they have their own mind and their own ideas, and when they get to be adults, they can make their own decisions about
So
the
you
law.
don't teach your kids how to obey the law?
My kids know how to obey the law. I don't have to teach them. I have a 25-year-old, she knows how to obey the law, and a 17-year-old that knows how to obey the law.
Listen, I'm gonna be honest, Taurus. I never thought I would hear a parent say what you just said.
What? That my kids already know how to obey the laws?
Who's teaching them how to obey it?
They don't. Okay, so
If you don't teach them,
you
who's
know the
teaching them?
difference. Do you know the difference between right and wrong? Did someone teach you the difference between
Yeah.
right and wrong as you went along in life, right? Like
No,
hey,
no,
you
no,
can't just
no,
take
no,
that
no, no,
candy
no,
bar,
no,
right?
no,
It's
no,
it's
no, no,
wrong.
no, no,
That's how
no.
you teach your kids right from wrong. You teach your kids not to lie. Don't lie to me. It's gonna make it worse. You have to tell me the truth. That's how you teach them right from wrong. I don't teach them by saying, "You see Donald Trump on the TV? That's wrong." I don't do that.
Taurus, here's the thing though, right? Let's just use the example of lying. If you believe lying is wrong, then you have to explain to me how, for instance, Donald Trump lies over 30,000 times.
Well, Kamala
And
lies
you still support him.
You know, Kamala just said her grandmother went from Indian, right?
See?
What did she say? India with a bullhorn, went town to town and talked about women's reproductive rights. Didn't
Taurus.
she just say that the other day? Women's reproductive rights. My grandmother walked around with a bullhorn
Taurus.
in her hand.
Taurus.
Isn't that a lie, Zeus?
Taurus.
Come on.
Taurus.
Come
Okay. Remember I've asked you to just stay on one topic?
Right, because we wouldn't want to, God forbid, go
Okay.
off to what actually is going on in the world, right?
And I'm being very nice. Am I being nice with Taurus, ladies and gentlemen? Listen, I mean, I'm being really nice with you, all right?
Know, but we're
I'm-
talking about politics. You have to go on to the other side. You have
No,
to
no,
say,
no.
Trump's lying, Kamala's
No.
lying, Biden lies, Trump's lying. Everybody lies. It's called
But
politics.
Taurus, okay, let me just get straight into where I'm trying to get at, right? You lead by example.
Right.
And the example you've set on this app today is you know how to overlook Donald Trump's lies.
No, I didn't say I overlooked them.
Because
I just
Kamala
said
did it.
all
Because Kamala, listen,
politicians lie.
Jesus Christ. But Taurus, listen to what I'm saying.
Nobody's
If
taking
you
my daughter's rights away. I live in New York. Go ahead.
you allow Donald Trump to lie and you still support him. You don't even question it.
You don't
right?
question
And-
Kamala.
and-
You got her big fat face
I
out
do.
there, right?
Wait. Now, can you get her name right?
Like,
Can
she
you get her name
lies
right?
every day. She's
Can-
been
can-
lying about
can you
Trump's
say her name
policies.
correctly?
She took Trump's policies. She's
Taurus?
been lying that he's going to get
Jesus
rid.
Christ, I gotta mute this lady. Oh my goodness, ladies. And this is part of the healing, ladies and gentlemen. So as you can see, Taurus is just she's just letting Vladimir Putin.
She's just right. Come on,
No,
Zeus,
no,
you
no,
know
no,
I'm
no,
right.
no. Taurus, this is somebody Vladimir Putin would be proud to put on their payroll, right? She's literally
He's listening.
repeating.
He can send me $1 million.
Yeah. Okay. She's repeating every single talking point Russia has asked her to do. I don't know if she's getting paid to do it, but Taurus, here's the deal. You are condoning evil when you support Donald Trump, and then you're trying to and you're condoning evil, and then you're trying to turn around and say the Democrats are the ones that are evil. And that's just not cutting it. And I need you to honestly work on that. Because we all can see, Taurus, we all can see.
See, that's the
Taurus,
problem with the Dems. I see Trump lies. You don't see that Biden lies. You don't see Kamala lies.
okay, so she just said she sees Trump's lies. That's start. Now I need you to stop.
Politicians do.
No. There's a different.
2 years old. They've been doing it since I'm alive.
Okay, but Taurus, here's the thing. You're also dealing with a person that not just lies, but you're dealing with someone that's totally immoral, right? Has caused harm to children. He says inappropriate things about his daughter and is a criminal. Now, for you to get on TikTok and use whatever faculties are left in your body to still give Donald Trump a full-throated endorsement is a cause for concern on so many levels. Because even if you don't think your children are looking at you, I'm going to be the first one to tell you, your kids are looking at you. Is that the dog? The dog is looking at you. And they're sitting.
I have 3
And
of them.
and the dog. And you know what they're saying? They're going, well, mom thinks Trump is acceptable, so I guess this is acceptable. That's what they're saying to themselves,
Trump's
Taurus.
not a criminal because most likely they're going to have to do a mistrial.
That was a lie. Trump is a criminal. All right? You see what I'm saying, Taurus? I really need you to stop
What
it.
I said was he's probably going to have a mistrial next week.
No.
That's what I said.
Taurus, I'm turning up the temperature on the lake of fire, all right? Because guess what? You're still not listening.
Go ahead. I'm listening.
All right.
I want to listen to some more false lies that you guys spoke, but go ahead.
Has Trump been found guilty? Don't lie.
Of what?
Your children.
Of what?
In any courtroom, has he been found guilty?
I'm waiting for September 18th to come along because there's a motion still in play.
Look at the chat. The chat says yes.
There's a motion still in play.
Taurus.
You guys don't know this yet.
Taurus. So this is
You
a
know
good
he's got
example.
presidential immunity. When did he write that check, Zeus? September. When? Oh, wait. 2017. When?
So this is a person right here struggling. She's really struggling.
2017, Zeus.
Taurus, you're struggling to tell the truth.
Wait for September 18th.
And Taurus, because of that, I'm going to turn the temperature up a little bit more. All right? Next violation, Taurus, I'm going to have to toss you into the lake of fire. All right? All right, Taurus? Are we on the same page? All right. Now, let me ask you the last question, Taurus, and this is serious. Are you there, Taurus? Hold on, Taurus.
Stop muting me, man.
Okay, now I need you to give me your honest opinion about this.
If Ivanka weren't my daughter, perhaps I'd be dating her.
What do you think about that?
I think he thinks his daughter's beautiful.
Okay, what do you think
What's
about
the
this?
favorite thing you have in common with your father?
Either real estate or golf.
Donald, with your daughter?
Well, I was going to say sex, but I can't relate that.
Acceptable or unacceptable?
She's a grown woman who's what, almost 40 years
No,
old.
no,
Maybe
no,
we can
no,
talk about
no,
sex.
no. The comment that Donald Trump just made,
I
was
just
that
said
acceptable?
she's not a 13-year-old girl. She's a grown-ass woman.
Was it acceptable or not?
It's acceptable if you're talking to another adult.
Okay, so ladies and
adults.
gentlemen, this is a disgusting situation on our hands. Taurus, she literally just dove into the lake of fire. That is unacceptable conduct, Taurus, and you know it. And this is why I say these Trump supporters, they are the problem, all right? They take that kind of nasty, dangerous, disgusting behavior and they fuel the next generation with it. This is some sick stuff you've gotten yourself into, Taurus. And unfortunately, actually, fortunately, I got to take care of business. Ladies and gentlemen, let's throw Taurus into the lake of fire because guess what? She's promoting hatred. She's promoting evil. And she sees nothing wrong with it. But guess what? She also probably thinks. She probably thinks she's a great Christian. Let's give her a round of boos and shame.
Silence, you MAGA Dayton.
If you're not happy here, then you can leave. As
There
far
you
as
go.
I'm concerned, if you hate our country.
All right. Let's bring up our next panelist. That was disturbing and disgusting. Hi, Ange. How are you?
Good morning. How are you?
I am all right.
That was gross. That is Taurus. I'm sorry. You are. I don't even like to do this, but you're gross. She comes into my live every morning. I go on before you, and
Oh,
she
really?
comes in, and she will never get up in the box, but she sits down in there and chat, and she just insults me. But she won't come in the box. Maybe she has a thing for you, Zeus, because she came up for you, but she wouldn't come up for
Oh.
me. This
Well-
is Taurus. This isn't Tinder talk. Get off him.
Tell him, Ange. Tell her, Ange.
Really gross. And what he just
Wow.
played for you, and then she said,
She said it was acceptable.
she said, oh, he just thinks his daughter is beautiful. Yeah, my husband thinks that our daughter is beautiful too. But if he said that, I'd divorce him because I would think he was sick. That you are a sick man if you say about your daughter that you have schmecks in common with her. Taurus, are you still here? Are you okay? I'm very disgusted. I don't know if you have a husband. You need to check. We need to check
Very
their hard
sick.
drive. We need to check their hard drive. I don't know what more you have to play for them, Zeus. There's one other clip where I think it was Howard Stern or whatever. She's a hot piece of you know what.
And then the 10-year-old going up the elevator. And then we got videos of him dancing with Jeffrey E. For Taurus to get up here and give Donald Trump a full-throated endorsement the way she did and ignore that she has a responsibility as a parent, the alarm bells were going off,
It's exhausting.
to say the least.
I don't know how you do it, Zeus, but that was exhausting. Nice work. I mean, I don't know if you got anywhere. She was a real demon. She was a true demon. I don't think you were ever going to get that out of her.
No. But we
But
got
you
what
tried.
we needed.
Yeah, absolutely.
Look at that.
She showed her rear end. That's what you did. Are you still
She-
in here, Taurus?
She's talking to you, and she says, "I
Why-
guess you don't."
Why
She's
don't
what
you
does she
come up?
say?
Can we? Or you probably don't have time.
No, Taurus, come on up here. Ange wants to talk to you. I didn't know if you wanted to talk to. Okay, she's volunteering herself.
She's
Ange,
gonna run
please.
her trap.
Now let's have a
Ange-
conversation.
You don't have a conversation with your grown-ass children about anything. I mean, they're not babies anymore.
What are you
They're grown-ass
talking about?
adults.
What are you talking about?
Just what I said. So maybe his daughter talks to him about sex. Maybe she's a grown woman. She's like in her 30s or 40s, isn't she?
Lord have mercy.
I have a 31-year-old daughter. I
Your
was
kids don't
31.
talk to you about anything
Oh my God, I wish
at
I could
all? Do
meet
you have
her.
grown children? 'Cause
Taurus.
I do.
Jesus Christ.
31, 30,
One at a time.
28, 16, and 13, and almost 14. But my 31-year-old daughter, if my husband said that about her as an adult, yeah, he's still gone. Because I would worry that there's something wrong with him. That would make
So
him
you don't have any grown
P3DO.
children that are adults?
I just said, can you hear? Are you okay? I just said I have 3 adult children.
And your
31,
kids have never come
30,
to you and talked to you about
28.
sex?
That's not what we're talking about. We're talking about if my husband said he had schmecks in common with my daughter. That's what we're talking about.
So your kids don't talk to your husband about sex?
At 31 years old? No, we've taught them what they need to know about schmecks at 31 years old.
So Taurus.
So you
Taurus?
don't have an open relationship with your children to talk about whatever they feel about.
Zeus, we're not talking
adults.
about that. We are
Ma'am?
talking about, did you
I'm going to mute her. Go
do
ahead.
you have a
Reminder,
husband?
Ange.
Do you have a husband that has said that his daughter, that they have schmecks in common with her? Do you? That's
So
gross.
if
You're giving Taurus a bad name too.
So
by the
if
way.
his daughter came to him and talked to him about sex in her 40s, right? And talked to him.
Okay, wait a second. All right, let's
Hold on, I
let's
got a
set the
clip for her.
standard. Let's
Yeah,
set the
go
standard
ahead.
right here real quick, Taurus.
We're gonna set it.
This is not a conversation about that. They're on a TV show, all right? And they're asking a question about a father and daughter. What do you have in common? And the answer Ivanka gave was what? Oh, we like to golf. We have that in common. Right? Or it's The View. Okay. So Taurus, do you...
Yeah, Wendy Williams'
Okay.
show was when she said real estate and golf, which was very nice. He
Okay.
said schmecks.
Okay, so Taurus, let's stop there. Do you see this is not a conversation about how the birds and the bees work and the flowers and the
Thank you.
trees? That's not what this is about, Taurus.
How
Okay.
let me ask you a question. How do you know that? How do you know that they don't regularly sit and talk about stuff like that? Because she isn't 14. She's an adult.
It's
So
it's
maybe
never okay.
How do you know?
Oh my God.
Do you know
So
that they
on
don't?
okay, can I?
I'm gonna mute it. Go for it.
Okay, so at 14 years old, teenagers, early teens, yes, we do have to have that chat with them. It is awkward, but as parents, we do need to. Now, my 31-year-old daughter who's married, do you think I'm going to go up to her and be like, hey, how's your Smex life going? Hey, that's just effing weird. I don't want to know what her and her husband do in her bedroom. I do want to teach my 14 and 16-year-old what could happen if they engaged in those acts. That's
So if
different.
your daughter came to you and said, "Mom, my sex life has died with my husband. What can
I
I do?"
don't want to know.
Oh, you don't
That's
want to
weird.
know. Oh, what
I
kind
don't
of
want to
parent
know.
are you? Oh, then
She's
you're never a parent.
31. That's
So
weird.
you go back and you say to her, "You go figure it out. I ain't helping you."
Want to know something?
Is
She's
that what
not
you're
going to
telling
tell
her?
me. That's something she can tell her therapist, for Christ's sakes.
Oh,
I'm not
so
going to
now she
ask
needs a
my
therapist to fix
I'm
her
not
Taurus.
going
not a
to
mother.
ask my
Okay.
adult kids about their schmex
Oh
life.
my!
It's
So I just
disgusting.
said, if she came to you and asked you this question, you wouldn't, as a mother, tell her like how to fix her love life. You think your
Taurus.
job as a parent ends because they became adults?
Taurus,
talking
Taurus,
Is
Taurus,
that
can
what,
I,
is that what you're saying?
Taurus,
So if she came to you
Taurus.
with a problem,
I gotta-
you would tell her, "See,
I gotta mute her. Jesus Christ, Taurus, we're not talking about. Extend your brain, please, Taurus.
I'm waiting for you
Extend your
guys
brain.
to expand your brains, because if your children came to you at 40 and said,
Wait,
I'm having marital issues, I need help, you wouldn't help them.
Okay, but Taurus,
You're going to
this
send
wasn't
them
a.
to a therapist to
Taurus-
get help.
Do you see
Taurus.
what she's doing too, though? She's switching it around. I'm talking about. We were talking originally about a father saying he'd date his daughter. That does not turn to me saying to my daughter, "Hey, how's your schmex life going?"
And
no, we're
so that's
talking
not what
about
he
a
said.
father.
What he
No. We're
what
talking
he
about a
said
father.
was,
Oh my
if
God.
he
She's
wasn't
not
her,
okay, Zeus.
if
She's
she
not okay.
wasn't his daughter, he would be dating her, because that means in
Wow.
his language.
This is Wendy
Holy-
Williams. It's
holy
okay. It's on the
crap.
Wendy. Okay, so Taurus,
She's
Taurus,
gorgeous.
Taurus, what I'm going to
My
do
daughters
is I'm
are
going.
too.
I'm going to give you another opportunity to listen to what Trump
So
said. All
again,
right.
he can't say his daughter's pretty.
Listen to it.
What's the favorite thing you have in common with your
Oh
father?
my God, seems like
Either real estate or golf.
Donald, with your daughter?
Well, I was going to say sex, but I can't relate that.
Okay.
Talking.
Okay, so Taurus, what I'm trying to help you
Can he
understand
run
is
the country on that, huh, Kenny?
Wow, Zeus. Wow. I don't know what more I got because I shouldn't
okay.
have
Don't
to
worry about
explain.
it.
Shouldn't have to explain that your father should not be saying he want to date her.
He didn't say
has
he
schmecks
wanted to
and
date her. See, now
oh
you
my,
just twisted that. He said if she
holy
wasn't,
shit! I
how
mean,
about
shoot!
shut?
Holy crap! Wow.
All right.
Zeus. All right. I'm sorry. I swore. That's
No.
disgusting. My father would never. You can have a beautiful daughter and say that you have a beautiful daughter. I heard it from my dad. My daughters have heard it from their dad. You're beautiful, whatever, you know. But you don't say you have schmecks in common with them. Do you know what that really makes you? I won't say it on your show, Zeus.
A
but we know.
P3DO.
Thank you. Yep. I'm going to go now. That was gross. Taurus, I wanted to speak to you because you talk crap to me in the comment section every day. Yesterday, you told me you didn't even have your information and that you needed to go get it and you'd come back, but you didn't. So must be you have a thing for Zeus. So anyway,
It's okay. She can have a thing for Zeus, but she
have
can
a
look but
thing.
not touch. Look but not touch.
Well,
She's going to have to lay
well,
there and burn like all
she-
the other MAGA
no,
demons.
Oh, they are. You are going to lay there and burn, sweetheart. But don't be afraid to come up tomorrow if you want to. Oh, on Monday. Come and try to talk to me. Zeus is nice.
Yeah.
I'm
I'm very nice. I'm very kind. I'm one of the
I just
nicest
said
people.
you are the nicest.
Tell him, Ange. All right, and you did an excellent job. I really do
tried.
appreciate you taking time out of your morning to at least try to get through to Taurus. All right, that's you and I. We've gave her so much truth. It's really on her now to do the work.
I don't
All
think
right.
she will, but hey, you know, you got to try, right? We did.
Yeah,
we did
yeah,
our best.
yeah.
All
Yeah,
right.
yeah. All right,
Happy
ladies
Friday.
and gentlemen. Happy Friday. Let's give the beautiful Ange a round of applause, ladies and gentlemen. All right. This is, to me, another example again, and we got it on tape. You cannot make this stuff up. These people know wrong. They hear wrong. They see wrong, and then they go, I don't see a thing. All right, ladies and gentlemen, let's move it along. All right, Levi, good morning. Happy birthday, Levi. How are you doing, my good friend?
I'm doing awesome. Thanks for letting me up here. I just I'm off work today celebrating, so I appreciate you bringing me
All
up.
right.
It's
All right.
I want to thank you, Zeus, for getting me through my mornings.
Really?
Yeah, I listen to you
Thank
every
you.
morning on my way to work and while I'm there.
Wow,
I want to.
thank you.
I just want to say, Taurus needs to. Please get some help there. I think that MAGA. We talk about the Arlington thing and Donald Trump, disparaging veterans and combat veterans and just women. I mean, everyone.
Yeah.
And he did say that he wanted to have relations with his
Rick.
daughter. Thank you, Rick. Appreciate that. It's just if they don't know by now, they're too far gone. And I say all the time that there's some people who need to and will be left behind. And Taurus is one of those people. I mean,
yeah.
I think it's I can't remember who was one of your guests that said your show is slanted.
Yeah, the previous guest, Everett.
Everett, yeah. So Everett said that your show is slanted, and
yeah,
I agree with him. I agree with him 100%. It's slanted toward truth, facts, education, entertainment.
Yeah.
Straight
Tell him,
shooting,
Levi.
Very direct, and they should be thankful also for you, Zeus, because every morning you provide them a free education. They don't have to pay for textbooks. They don't have to worry about any tuition. You're dropping knowledge every single day, and they can't handle it. We saw that with Snuggles, how Snuggles just trying to get up here and really didn't have anything really of substance to say.
Nope.
Which is not a big surprise, because they really don't have facts.
They don't.
At all. You can show them. I love when they say show me, because I'll pull it up and I'll show documentation. And guess what they do, Zeus?
What's that? What's that?
They
Hello.
run.
All right, now Levi, let's have a conversation with.
No,
Let's do this.
I want Levi off. I want one-on-one. I don't want two against one. I'm sorry.
You know, ma'am, you can do both.
No, I can't. It's two against one.
It's Levi's birthday.
You
It's
ganged
Levi's
up on
birthday.
Taurus 2-on-1. I don't like that shit. It's gotta be.
Sorry, Levi.
See, and they cry. See how they cry? They just cry and they cry and then they run, then they come back and they cry some more.
Stay right there, Marianne. I got you. All right. Wow.
Yeah. Look, Donald Trump is he was in the courthouse today at the Eugene Carroll appeals case.
Oh, really?
Yeah, he was there, and moments ago he made like another rambling statement like he did yesterday. And the reason he's there is not to see what the case is going to turn out to be. He's there to try to intimidate, right?
Oh,
he's there to try to intimidate the justice system because he doesn't believe in our institutions, right? And MAGA doesn't believe in the rule of law unless it benefits them.
Yeah.
They don't believe in our institutions. They don't believe in the Department of Education because they don't like education. They're intellectually lazy. And we saw that with Taurus. The comprehension skills there.
Marianne, I got you. Stay right there.
I'll land my plane here, Zeus.
No. Keep going. Okay. Keep going, because Marianne is listening to you, and I want her to know the answers to the questions. All right. So before she gets in the box, go ahead, Levi. And it's your birthday. All right. It's your day. Go for it.
I appreciate it. Like one of the worst rappers ever said, I'm cooking them like a pound of bacon. You know what I'm saying?
That's a good one. I don't know who said that.
That would be Vanilla Ice.
Oh, okay. Wow. That's back in.
You like that? You like that?
Yeah. You went way back to get that one.
Yeah. 90s hip hop, 90s rap is my thing. You know what I'm saying?
Thank you, man. Yes, sir. You know a lot. Well, keep up the good work.
I appreciate that.
Now we're gonna sing "Happy Birthday" to you at the end of the show. I'll probably do one or two more guests. You're gonna be available to come on up and allow us to celebrate together with you.
Absolutely, man. I just wanted to come up, and it's very rare that I get to get the request. So I really appreciate what you do, and I'll be here.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, let's give it up to Levi. We're gonna sing "Happy Birthday" to him in just a few minutes. Cold as the days. Yep, no problem. All right, let's go, ladies and gentlemen. All right. Now, let's get this person that just came up here, Mary Ann. You said you want a one-on-one consultation with Zeus. All right, Mary Ann. So let's get this out of the way.
Finally. Fucking lying about MAGA people.
Well, can you not curse first? Because we don't curse on the show. We are
off of TikTok.
No. We actually care about the future and the generation, all right? So what I don't want to do is set a bad standard for the next generation. So we need to carry ourselves.
By lying so much.
Can we carry ourselves like we got some decorum this morning?
Let's just talk about Joe Biden and his daughter taking a shower with his daughter. Let's start off with the Biden family.
No,
we need to talk. Let's talk.
I would do it, but Biden isn't running anymore.
You want to talk about Biden and what he's doing with China and getting all this money from Hunter Biden. Come on, let's talk. No, let's talk.
Marianne, are we going to talk?
To be such a millionaire. Come on, what's the matter? You don't want to hear the truth. I thought this was supposed to be the truth station.
I can't talk.
No, just like you do to the MAGA people.
I'm trying to
talk. Let me talk for a couple of minutes. Go
ahead. I'm letting you talk.
First of all, Joe Biden and his family they enriched themselves by laundering money through all these LLCs. You don't want to hear about the truth.
I just don't know when I can.
Warfare against Trump. They got to get rid of Trump somehow.
Marianne.
Let's find some kind of.
All right, Marianne. Number one, you're talking extremely loud and you're hyperventilating. Can you put it down, whatever you're on? Put it down real quickly, all right? And let's really walk through these one by one. And I would actually appreciate it if you wouldn't just sit here and say a bunch of things, but you at least give me the opportunity to respond, because after all, I mean, that's how a conversation works. All right, Marianne? Now hit unmute. What time is it over there where you're at? Can I get to know you a little bit?
No, you can't, because I'm a MAGA. You don't want to hear what I have to say.
I do.
No, you don't.
I do. I actually care about you.
Well, you need
Is that
to care
Fox
about
News?
the country.
Is that Fox News
and
in the
see
background?
Exactly what the Democrats are trying to do to conservatives.
Is that Fox?
Christians.
Is that Fox News in the background?
Yeah.
Would you mind muting it and turning it off? Because when I do this kind of work, I don't want you to be,
listen.
misled
I listen
by.
to everything. I listen to CNN. They have freaking the fakest news on the planet. They take snippets, just like you just did about him and his daughter. Take these little snippets and try to.
But why are you so
look like he's
upset?
some pervert when you got Joe Biden taking showers with his daughter.
That was all a
It's
lie.
not a lie. It's in her diary.
She said in her diary she was just tapping into it.
changing.
She said she was just tapping into a stream of consciousness in her world, making things up. But we don't have any actual evidence that that really happened, Marianne. And that's the thing, right? But we do have evidence of Donald Trump being that P word that you used. If you don't know, look into this case that involved him and E. Jean Carroll, perhaps. There's some nasty things that Donald Trump did with that woman, and he should be in the bottom of a jail as far as I'm concerned. Did you hear about what happened with his wife Ivana when the hair plug thing that he had going on backfired? You know what he did to his own wife, Marianne? He raped her, and she put that in her diary. Marianne, hit unmute if you don't mind. What do you think about Donald Trump raping his own wife?
Let's talk about policy, because that's all fake. She just said that to hurt him. It never happened. Never happened. Nope. She said it didn't happen.
You're spiraling, Marianne.
No,
I would have expected
it didn't happen.
I would have expected a woman like you to be basically
a woman
10
like me? What are you
10
talking
toes
about?
down.
A woman like me?
You sound like you are defending women, standing up for girls.
I am standing up for women.
Okay,
You
so
see who my partner is in the picture?
I don't see him.
You
Who
don't
is
see
that?
my partner?
I don't know. I can't see it that well. What is that? What am I supposed to do with that?
That's my lover, my partner.
Okay, congrats. That's
Yeah,
great.
and she's black.
Okay. Oh, what that's supposed to mean?
So I'm supposed to be a racist now, right? You guys don't know what the hell you're talking about when it comes to Trump supporters. You have
Wait a
no
second,
clue.
Marianne.
You have no
Marianne.
clue.
Marianne, can I
All
ask you a
know how to
question?
do
Marianne,
is
Marianne,
hate.
Marianne, I don't want to get all in your
hate.
Marianne, I don't want to get off into your business or something, but when you said that part about and she's black, what was that supposed to do? What was I
You
supposed?
all think that Trump's a racist, that we're all racist, us MAGA supporters. We're not racist.
But what
You
did
have
that
no clue who we are.
when you
but all you know how to do is spew the hate. You got Trump derangement syndrome. You're not looking at
Marianne?
his policies and how good he was as a president.
But what was I supposed to do with that statement when you go and she's black? Like how was I supposed to?
You're black, aren't you black?
Well, some say I am.
love black people.
No, you don't.
MAGA's hate are
No.
we are.
Okay, now
racist.
time out.
We're
Time out. I don't necessarily think you love black people. I think you might have a fetish. You know, there's people like that out there. All right. I don't want to get all up in your business though, Marianne, but you might have a little bit of a fetish. And what I don't do is I don't do any of that kink shaming. But if you were to just tell me, Zeus, do I think Marianne really loves black people? I would probably say I don't think so. Because I don't think you've done enough work to prove that you do love black
to me.
people and the culture.
You gotta throw.
Because there's black folks that do support Donald Trump, and I understand that dynamic as well. But I need a little more. Actually, I need a lot more from you, Marianne.
Stop cutting me off.
Okay, but I just wanted to talk a little bit more about what we were talking
you're
about.
saying I'm a racist. You're saying MAGA's a racist. No, You are. You are. When you say Trump's a racist, that means I'm a racist. I'm not a racist. Yeah. You know what? You are so blind to see that you're in a communist, Democrats are turning our country into a communist country.
Can I respond? Can I respond?
Free speech. You know what? You won't have a platform if Kamala gets in.
You mean Kamala?
No, Kamala.
So now another example of how you don't respect black people. You won't even say the name right.
She's not
See
black.
how I caught you?
She's not black.
And that's another one. That's another two. See, you see?
He's not
you
black.
He's
not.
Well, okay. See, and this is where we get into.
I'm as black as she is.
Yeah.
You know what? You're ridiculous. You got Trump derangement syndrome. Why don't
You know what
look
just happened?
at
You know
the
what just
Democrats
happened? You know what just happened, right? Is basically you've got up here and told on yourself. I didn't even say you were racist. You started using that term. I didn't say anything about hatred. You did. I believe you're experiencing what we call what you're experiencing, Marianne, is a vexation of the spirit. You're experiencing a vexation of the spirit, right? I don't know if the real Marianne is talking yet, or if it's the demon.
Cutting me off.
Because you're not controlling yourself. You're not controlling yourself.
I am controlling. How can I overtalk you? You got the platform. All you do is spew hate about Trump. Hate about Republicans. Hate about MAGA.
That sounds like a good platform.
But you're not listening to us.
That sounds like a great platform.
You're not listening.
What am I missing, Marianne? What am I missing?
The whole point that the Democrats.
You've just got up in here and showed your whole entire rear end. What am I missing?
Democrats are destroying.
What am I missing? You're embarrassing yourself. You're embarrassing yourself. You're embarrassing me
off.
You're embarrassing yourself and your partner. All right. Are you going to be
embarrass yourself?
Are you going to behave? Are you going to behave?
Won't let the MAGA people have a word. Not
if you quit yelling,
if
you quit yelling, we might get somewhere.
Get a word in if you want.
By following my orders. You know how to follow instructions. Well, goodbye, Marianne. Wow, oh, wow. Wow. That's some wild stuff. I mean, you can't make this stuff up, ladies and gentlemen. All I did was sit here and be one of the nicest hosts on TikTok. And all she had was hatred towards Zeus. No love in her heart. Just misogyny, bigotry, racism. Just a bunch of nasty stuff. Marianne, really, get professional help, all right? I'm not a therapist or anything, but I could tell you need some professional help, and unfortunately, I've got to do what I got to do. I've turned up the temperature on the lake of fire, and ladies and gentlemen, I'm going to throw Marianne in there because she's very disturbed, all right? Her and her friend, Taurus. Ladies and gentlemen, join me in giving Marianne, who was watching Fox News while listening to Zeus. They were totally conflicting with each other, all right? Join me in giving her a round of, you guessed it, boos and shame. Goodbye, Marianne.
Silence, you MAGA Dayton.
If you're not happy here, then you can leave.
Oh, I'm married. You see my partner, Zeus? No, I don't see your partner. Look at him. Look at him. And they're black. What was that supposed to do to me? You're black too, Zeus. Yeah. Oh. What was I supposed to do now, Marianne? Oh, sorry, Marianne. I misread you. You are the ideal model citizen. I am sorry, my little temperature, my meter thing broke, and I didn't calculate who you were correctly. You're still, as far as I am concerned, Marianne, a vassal of transgression for Donald Trump. And yes, you got a little bit of a kink thing going on over there, but I know for a fact you don't love black people. I don't even think you love yourself, Marianne. All right? Do better. Get some real therapy and stop listening to people like Snuggles. And all of these people who keep saying, good job, Marianne, you're doing a great job. All they're doing is watching you and laughing at you behind your back. If you're married to if you're really married to Marianne and you just watch this show, get a divorce, just leave. She doesn't love you. She's going around when you're not looking, or maybe even when you're there, and she's just saying, "Look at me, I got me a black one." Getting points. She's coming up off of you. Get out of that relationship. I'm being honest with you. I've seen a lot of situations like this before, and it never ends well. Ladies and gentlemen, let's give Marianne once again another round of booze and shame. Thank you. All right. King Nutty, I haven't seen you all week. All right. But I don't know. Nutty always has an interesting angle when he comes up here, and especially after stuff like that. Nutty, are you there? It seems like you might be on the MAGA Wi-Fi, Nutty, and the connection just isn't quite, it's not quite coming through. King Nutty going once, going twice. Done! All right, King Nutty, I think your internet connection is officially timed out. All right, let me get my good friend Cece up here. All right, Cece, how are you doing? All right, I like to at least counter some of that stuff with other people who I know got their heads on right. All right, it's your birthday too, Bama. All right, we got some birthdays today. Good morning, Cece. How are you?
Good morning. How are you?
I'm all right.
I don't know how you do it. You got the patience of Job. They're crazy today. Is it a full moon?
It might be. What do you think is going on? I think they know their leader is about to be torn from them. I mean, you hear all of this information coming out about Jack Smith, Judge Tanya Chutkan, right?
Oh yeah.
They know Trump is about to be torn away from them.
It's unbelievable. And that lady, the last one,
Marianne?
Yeah, I had to go find me a headache pill. I'm telling you. I've never come on your live and needed a headache pill, but I do today. I do today.
Yeah.
It is, it is Zeus. What do you think about that live that we happened to put last night?
The one with Snuggles and our friend Tina?
Ex-Tina, yeah.
Ex-Tina, yeah. I was in there, and, they mistreated Zeus. They blocked me, they muted me. I mean, it's just a nasty space to be. You got blocked too, Ange got blocked. Yeah, it's.
Oh, I didn't see.
I don't know what's going. Yeah, well, she came in there because once they did what they did to me, I said, Ange, look at what Snuggles is doing, and she got blocked too. I said, you know what? Only in a place like this where people are possessed with MAGA demon would they mistreat their fellow Americans. And that's indicative, right? These people are some of the worst people I've ever ran into, Cece.
It was like, what did she have, like 8 people in there? And every time...
I can't believe they did that to us.
Yeah, and every time you spoke, he muted you. What a child. What a child. And I have never been into a live that allows their people in the box to take it over. She sat there and let Snuggle and the other chick take over. I mean, you don't do that. You are a real host. That's what a real host does, is give people an opportunity to say something.
It's like they're on this power trip or something, aren't they? They're obsessed with trying to be in control, and they know they don't have any control.
Well, they're losing control.
They've lost it, huh, Cece?
Yes, they're totally gone. And old Donnie boy, you gone too.
Tell him, Cece.
You got it all coming to you, bruh. You got it coming to you, Orange Man. You got it coming.
What does he have coming? What does he have coming? Because, a lot of them, they don't see it. And I'm hoping you can at least give them a bit of a heads up.
Well, he thinks that all these 34 charges and his little MAGA rats think that these 34 charges are going to be dropped. How?
Going to be dropped.
How?
Nah. It's not going to be dropped.
He was in court today with, was it Chutkan?
Yeah.
Trying to.
Wait. Today with Chuck, and I thought that was yesterday.
Well, there was something today where he's trying to get the E. Jean Carroll case thrown out.
There you go. I think it was the E. Jean Carroll thing. That's what I heard Levi said. Yeah, okay.
The $5 million. Yes.
Yeah.
He's trying to get that, thrown out. It's not happening.
Not happening.
No, and he thinks, well, he doesn't realize who he's dealing with when it comes to Tanya. Because Tanya could care less if he's running for president. What he's running for, she doesn't care.
Amen.
He is charged, and she's going to go forth. It doesn't matter if he's running for president, the king, or queen, or whatever. Whatever.
He's going to prison. Brace yourselves, MAGA. Your leader is going to prison.
And what the Supreme Court did, allowing him to do what he wants to do and get by with it.
Mm-hmm.
Well, everything he did before president is not included in that. So everything he did before the president, he's going to be charged for. So
I agree.
There is no protecting him in that area.
Tell him, CC. Tell him.
Zeus. It's getting worse, honey. It's getting worse, and it's not going to get any better.
Well, we're going to make it get better by making sure we help them understand that he's in prison once he gets locked away, because I don't think any of these judges, they're playing with him anymore. They see it for what it is. They see the crimes in 4K, or as some like to say 8K. He's done. And so are his supporters, CC, all right? Now listen, I got to get up out of here, all right?
He's cooked, buddy. He's cooked.
Thank you.
And you have a great weekend. You
all right.
You do
you
so
too.
good.
You too, ladies and...
I'm going to go take my headache medicine now.
Okay, don't worry. All right, ladies and gentlemen, let's give it up to the beautiful CC.
Love you, buddy.
Love you too. So, ladies and gentlemen, as you can see, we've endured quite a bit, but you know what? The mission is still the same. We will continue to deliver crushing blows to the MAGA cult, all right? Not one time has any one of them been able to come up here and actually make any sense. They're literally venting right now. They know the end is near, and to them, you know what I represent? I represent the end of their cult. All right. And so with that, ladies and gentlemen, let's bring up Levi. All right. And then we're going to sell up. All right. Levi and Bama. All right. We got 2 birthdays. All right. We got 2 birthdays and then we're out of here. So it's your birthday today, you two, right? Oh, look at that. We got the cameras on.
Zeus, this is for the MAGA that don't know how to say her name.
Mm-hmm.
And I got this. This is the first piece of swag that I've ever purchased for a politician. And I want everybody to read Kamala. That's how you say her name.
Wow.
Or future president, Madam President Harris.
Wow.
See,
thank you. Where did you get that from, Levi?
I bought this from my buddy Integrity, and he's in my friends list. And the background is a drawing, is a painting that he painted that represents all the struggles that America is going through right now.
Wow, it's Integrity! Let's go, Integrity. I know Integrity. Thank you. That's amazing. Now, Laura, it's your birthday too, right? Laura, are you there? Laura never comes up in the lives. She never does.
I'm here. I'm sorry. I have COVID.
Okay, but this is nice to hear you, all right?
But yeah, it's my birthday too. I turned 50 today.
Wow. Oh my God. Thank you. And please get some rest. And then Bama, it's your birthday.
Yes. Thank you, Zeus, for having me.
Wow.
Happy birthday, you guys.
We've never had 3 birthdays all on one day. But this is an indication that the community we're building, ladies and gentlemen, is one of the best communities on this app. And it's more than a pleasure that we celebrate it together, all right? So we know what to do. I'm going to bring the music. You all bring the love, all right? And let's celebrate these 3 amazing birthdays. Levi, Laura, and Bama, all right? Let's go, ladies and gentlemen.
Somebody's birthday. Woo! It was somebody's birthday.
Yeah.
PJ Penn's birthday song, yeah.
Woo!
Your birthday, we gon' say it loud.
Turn
Today is your birthday, I
up!
know you're so proud.
Yeah,
Today
yeah,
is
yeah,
your birthday,
yeah!
we gon' turn out.
Hey!
Wild out, cut the cake and
Cut
we
the
gon' say
cake, cut the
happy,
cake,
happy
let's
birthday.
go!
Happy, happy birthday. Happy, happy, happy birthday to
you.
you. Happy, happy, happy birthday. Happy,
Where's
happy,
my...
happy birthday.
Let's
Happy,
go,
happy,
ladies
happy
and
birthday
gentlemen!
to you. Yeah, get a
Woo!
close like a kiss.
Woo! Woo!
Party, everybody bring gifts. Got a new outfit and it's slick.
And it's lit!
Best day of the year you
Let's
can't miss.
go! Look at all that love!
Coming in, and my parents raised my allowance.
You guys are the best, ladies and gentlemen. It's a Friday.
Yeah, up and down. Hey, happy birthday, we gon' sing it now.
Hey, 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 hey. Yeah! 3 birthdays at once. Hello, Mrs. Levi. I think that's you. All right, nice to see ya. All right, look at all the love. Happy, happy, happy birthday. Wow, look at all that love. This is 3 times the love. Oh! Hey! Happy birthday, you 3. Wow, 3 at once. You can't make this stuff up, ladies and gentlemen. This is a real family. Hey! Wow, that cake, all right. These are some of the best people on the app, all right? They do an excellent job in the community, seriously. Whether they're going live, bringing the facts, they're in the comments, bringing the facts, they're supporting the truth. All right, and we're cutting the cake with them, ladies and gentlemen. You know what we do over here. Let's do it. You are all so amazing. Wow, wow, wow. You see how this is love. They say we don't preach. They say all we do is spread hate. This isn't hate. This is love. All right, all right, all right. Now let's get up out of here. All right, but we'll start with you, Bama. What are you doing today to celebrate the birthday?
Today I'm actually.
Let yourself.
What was that?
Oh, sorry about that.
What was that?
CDL.
Oh, okay. Oh, you're getting what?
My CDL.
Okay, are you going out and eating some great food and spending time with any loved ones or anything like that?
Yes, I will be going to the grandson's football game, and I'm sure I'm going to have cake and ice cream.
All right. That's Bama. Be safe whatever you do. Levi, my brother, how are you doing? What are you going to be doing for your birthday?
I appreciate all the gifts. Thank you so much. This is my big 5-0 as well. So we are heading to... we're heading south, and we're going to go hiking. We're going to do some, probably get in a river and some dinner. And,
let's go. Yeah. All right, ladies and gentlemen. Let's give it up to Levi. And Laura, who's always here and never says much, but it's an honor to have you. What are you doing for our birthday?
Well, earlier this week we went down to Shreveport, Louisiana to do some gambling, so that was fun.
I love it. On anything today, or are you just going to lay low since you kind of already done?
I'm just going to rest because I'm sick.
All right, I get it. All right, well, listen, you 3, again, thank you for coming up and celebrating your birthday with all of us. It really does mean a lot, all right? And I do hope you all party and have a great time and stay safe while you're doing it, all right?
Thank you.
Appreciate it. Love you all.
All right, let's give them another round of applause. All right. Now listen, ladies and gentlemen, clearly we went way past our scheduled time slot, and it is now time for Zeus to get up out of here, all right? We laughed and we cried together, didn't we? You all deserve a round of applause. Thank you to my moderators, my subscribers, my gifters, and my panelists. You've done an outstanding job helping to keep the show exciting, engaging, and entertaining. All right, we got to give also our final round of, you guessed it, boos and shame. These boos and shames go out to the Zeus haters out there, and they know exactly who they are. The Snuggles out there, the Tauruses out there, the Mariannes out there, all right? And these are not just my haters, these are also your haters, all right? You as well, Tina, all right? Because I remember what you did yesterday, and Zeus was not too thrilled All right, these people get on TikTok day in and day out and spread misinformation and disinformation on behalf of Vladimir Putin and the Kremlin. All right, they promote misogyny, bigotry, xenophobia, racism, evil, corruption, all kinds of criminality, and just downright disgusting things on behalf of their orange cult leader, Donald J. Trump. Trust me when I tell you, ladies and gentlemen, these folks are the worst of the worst. They are truly the scum of the earth. Join me in giving them our final round of, you guessed it, booze and shame. I come on at 6:30 a.m. Pacific time, Monday through Friday.
Silence!
All right, ladies and gentlemen, I'm out of here. Take care and stay safe out there in those TikTok streets. Don't do nothing I wouldn't do.
Most handsome in the kingdom.
And I really am the most handsome, and they know it. It's a great show, yeah. Thank you. Thank you, everyone.
This is how I move when I'm walking like Zeus. This is how I
Have a great rest of your morning. Thank you, So Cold. I like to act a fool when I'm moving like Zeus. Thank you, everyone. We did it. Happy Friday. Enjoy your weekend. We took care of a lot of business this morning. Wow, I can't believe I went over. That's 3 hours. Wow. Took a long time to get here, and I'm feeling brand new. All right, and you too. Y'all stay safe out there. Little Hawk, I see you, brother. Rick C. Bama, Levi, Laura, y'all stay safe out there. I know it's your birthday. You get into a lot of trouble. Don't do anything I wouldn't do. Tell them, Levi. Let's go. We hit that goal. Let's go, Big Jake. I see you, Big E classified. Where you at, CC? Thank you. Hating on the gods, boy, you're such a douche. I tried to be patient, but you had to light my fuse. I'm catching all these snakes. Snuggles, bro, you got cooked once again, man. It's so easy to do. All I do is just tell you to turn on your camera and I play the violin. So easy. Same old rhetoric nonsense. And you're compromised, though. Now we got the indictment, Snuggles. I'm waiting to see your name in the next indictment because there's more than one company that they found. If you read the indictment, they'll say, hey, this is just one of the many companies. Tell them, hey, Lady Rima. I've been waiting for this moment now. I gotta choose. If you play around with love, then you guarantee. Hey, Snuggles. Thank you, So Cold. Thank you. You're not going to be able to block Zeus again, Snuggles. Or mute Zeus again. Because I'm uncookable, alright? You've lost those privileges. Jazzy, I saw you. I know the ladies love me because I'm sweet like a tooth. Play a hand on the guys, boy, you're such a douche. Tell them, man, we have refrigerators full of food over here. They know that. Tell them, Valerie, get them. I like it when you get Snuggles. This is Silk, I see ya. No problem, Laura. You keep up the great work. No lies. Yeah. Lady Rima, keep up the great work. Happy Friday!
Like Zeus, thunder in the sky, light you up like Zeus. I make my own rules, I'm a god, call me Zeus. Yeah, you know about me.
Insane asylums.
Here you go.
You know, they go crazy when I say the late great Hannibal Lecter. Okay, they say, why would you mention Hannibal Lecter?
Why?
He must be cognitively in trouble. No, these are real stories. Hannibal Lecter from Silence of the Lambs and the Revolution.
Yeah, that's funny.
Insane asylum. Jack Smith on the beat. Jack Smith. Insane asylum. 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 Jack Smith. I've named him deranged Jack Smith.
Orange or nut.
I wonder what his name used to be. Jack Smith. It sounds so innocent, doesn't it? Yeah. Jack Smith. What's his name? Jack Smith. He's a very nice man. He's a behind-the-scenes guy, but his record is absolutely atrocious.
All right, let's end it on a high note.
He does political hit jobs.
That's right.
Before I was elected as vice president, before I was elected as United States Senator, I was the elected Attorney General, that I've mentioned, of California, and before that I was a courtroom prosecutor. In those roles, I took on perpetrators of all kinds. Predators who abused women.
That's right.
Fraudsters who ripped off consumers. Cheaters who broke the rules for their own gain. So hear me when I say, I know Donald Trump's type.
There you go. We are out of here, ladies and gentlemen. Take care. Stay safe out there in those TikTok streets. Don't do nothing I wouldn't do.